yet. Make sure our volume's working, because I had some trouble with that on Council on Friday. Okay. One of you guys say something?
Hello.
Howdy.
Excellent. Audio would appear to be working fine then. Now our video is working good. Ah, yeah, there it is. Alright, if anyone's watching right now, we're just kind of getting everything settled with our newest party member. You guys can now see in the stream overlay. And waiting for Phineas to pop online here. Oh, hello Phineas.
Speak the devil.
I see you are here now.
I have been summoned.
Alright, so I'm gonna give a quick recap here of what exactly is going on. We are in Book 5 of War for the Crown, which is War for the Crown, the Reaper's Right Hand. So there's a lot of freaking drama in Taldor right now. You guys successfully defeated Pytharius, who was Eutropia's main rival for the throne. Unfortunately, that kind of shattered the country into a lot of different aspects. So if we look at, our stream's frozen, but I put you guys on the map where you can see all the different people who have now come forward and are attempting to claim the country as their own. You know, different people over. Eutropia still got a few places up north and near Opara. Even the gnome senators, Lady Starborn, is trying to get in and claim the throne for the Fae. All sorts of whack stuff's going on. So as a result, you guys heard about the Mantle of Leadership, which is an ancient item. Excuse me. That is supposedly blessed by the first Emperor Taldaris himself. You heard that if you could do a ritual with it and put it on Eutropia's shoulders, that it would end up glowing, deeming her the rightful ruler of Taldor. Fortunately, when you guys tried to activate this, there was like a crazy magical feedback loop that you guys got stuck in, where you saw all these strange visions of like some sort of clockwork man, probably like an inevitable. You saw weird figures made of eyes. Someone called someone an overseer, schemers. All these weird vision culminated in you all appearing in a lovely house, almost looks like the suburbs, where you guys were immediately attacked by a guard, a clockwork golem. Upon looking outside, you realize that you are in fact no longer on the material plane. You have ended up in the plane of Axis. This is the area of pure law they call the Eternal City. The Valkyrie, who used to be one of Taldaris' advisors, Ohalia, has arrived with you guys as well, and her and Hergi, kind of like Norse, like holy undead. And we'll be bringing in our new character in just a second. But Olivia, being the sylph that she is, she feels a call now that she's on the outer planes, and realizes that if she steps away and continues to pursue access, she'll be able to find her way to the plane of air, where she'll be able to meet some of her ancestors. And rushing out of the room, wishing you guys the best of trying to figure out this problem, she thanks you for all her work, leaves some of her spy networks to you guys, and begins her journey for the plane of air. As she rushes out before we get to our new party member, what are you guys doing? You're in a whole different plane in someone's house, presumably the first Emperor Taldaris' house with a Valkyrie. What do you guys think you're doing right now?
I'm listening. Does it sound like anyone else is in the house?
Give me a perception check so you can spot anybody.
The entire building is gray for me. Like,
Is still gray? Hold on, let me move your token. Is that lit up now?
No.
No, it's gray for me too.
You might have to refresh if it's.
Alright.
Sometimes that just happens with dynamic lighting. Okay. I forgot about perception checks in the Monday game. Okay, so we're gonna get some of this here. So Galatus and Phineas. To you all, it sounds like perhaps across the way through these doors, maybe still on this floor, you can hear a few creatures moving around. It's a little hard to tell what they are, as it sounds like they're maybe like gliding, like a whoosh of air, but you do feel like you hear like a strange like of like claws hitting something. You also hear almost directly above you guys on the second floor of this house, just ever so slightly, someone must be being like very stealthy up here, like the slight creak of a floorboard as a single person moves through the room upstairs.
Oh, is that other lady still with us?
They are indeed.
So, what do we do? Galata asks no one in particular.
First things first, I'm going to dismiss my Inherji. They need to get a report to my fellow Valkyries. And they kind of like fade away into mist and like fly off through the windows. So our Inherji are gone. Ohalia is just like, well, if that vision was to be believed, it looks like Taldaris was taken from his home.
Okay.
I guess very first things first, we search the house, see if he's actually here or not.
True, the vision may not be legit.
Should we go outside and knock on the door just to see if anybody answers, so that we come in legitimately?
Well, as you say that, you do hear some knocking on the door outside. Coming from the hallway out there.
I am going to peek through the window.
Alright. From your angle, Blaze, you see a young girl with red hair holding a pair of dolls. She knocks on the door again. Do you shout anything out, our new player?
There's a girl here.
Well, it's not our house. We shouldn't answer the door. I mean,
A real girl?
Yeah, they're holding 2 dolls.
Well, might as well. I opened the door.
Alright. Can you see the map, Jeff?
Nope, everything's gray.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. So you should have vision now. Try refreshing your page, because I'm gonna give your I'm giving your token vision, but it might need to be refreshed. Alright, give that a second. There. Ohalia is just kind of like falling behind you guys. She has her like glowing Valkyrie spear out. For those who don't remember her, this is the unique Valkyrie that you guys found at the tomb of the first Emperor. Any luck seeing that now?
It's recalculating splines.
Oh, of course, of course. Bum, ba, dum, ba. Alright, so I need her.
Okay, I can see now.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
So the door opens. Who actually greets the party of your little trio over here?
The girl does.
Alright.
Is this the first Emperor's house?
Probably?
We assume so.
Who are you?
My name's Jessica. I was
Hi,
told-
Jessica.
Hi.
What race is this girl?
She's human.
All right.
Real human.
About how old?
About 21, 22.
Oh, so a woman, not a girl.
Alright.
I was
you know
thinking
what?
like Girl Scout cookies.
You're right. Oh, how did you know to come here? Were you sent by the Emperor's enemies? The Valkyrie's like leveling the glowing spear.
No, my god told me to come here.
And who's your god?
Is it Gaia? Or was it
Brig.
Break?
Yeah, she's the Bronze Lady, the Whisper in Bronze. She's like the god of like clockwork stuff.
Ah. And that would tell us about your dolls there?
Well, of course. Aren't they lovely?
I don't know. Are they lovely?
They're pretty well made, yeah, they look good. This is
Yes.
dolls.
Okay, yeah, they're nice. Do you need to come in?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay. They don't look particularly threatening, right?
Not at all, no.
I think, yeah, they just look like little dolls.
Alright, when we came in here, there wasn't anything else in here, right?
Yes, so, alright, so you guys are now in the kind of like main hall of the building. So you can kind of see it goes, there is a big room on your right. It sounds like this room. You can either go through the double doors next to Phineas or a single door up here. That's where you heard like the scratching, slithery sounds. Slithery is probably the wrong word, more like whooshing. There is a staircase going up to the second floor. It appears there are more rooms like out, like the back way of this main hall.
Oh, we should probably at least describe ourselves.
Yes.
Galatus.
Go ahead.
Galatus is a Asimar, and he has some big angelic wings. He's well made up. He has a noble bearing and noble clothes. And his companion Valeros looks like someone who has put on noble stuff but isn't really accustomed to it.
It's a fair assessment.
And they both have rapiers and bucklers.
Okay.
I guess Phineas next. I'm still
Okay, finish.
fiddling with some stuff.
So Phineas is 6'7". He's dressed in a finely tailored suit. He's holding a book with snapping teeth, and looks humanish, but he's got a little bit of an ogre streak to him.
Okay.
Your mom, Blaze, Seraph, is just like, Blaze, introduce yourself. You're being rude.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Blaze. Blaze is a tan-skinned humanoid, but they have two whirling gold horns coming out of their hairline. They are covered in various tattoos, all of this deep red coloring, and is absolutely covered in gold and jewels.
Ooh, fair.
The horns aren't literally whirling, right? They're just curved.
Yeah, they're like
shaped in whirls, yeah.
Okay, so they're not like
yeah.
Like a fucking drill
yeah.
bit.
I was wondering if or
They
if
look like a
Lamborghini
drill
or
bit, but they
something.
aren't. And then Seraph is covered in plate armor. Pretty dramatic plate armor, but
Oh, Galatus has a
I'm
holy
Seraph
symbol of
Cross. Blaze's mother.
Galatus has a holy symbol of Caden Kalen, and Seraph has who does she worship?
Desna.
What?
Yes,
Desna.
she worships Desna. She's a cleric, so that's pretty obvious from looking at her too.
Okay, yeah.
Ohalia's like, I am Ohalia, the Valkyrie. I was once an aide to the great Taldarius, first emperor of Taldor.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Very nice of you to say. Are you sure though?
We must move quickly.
Yes. Galatus is a little bit deflated at this point because, for a long time he knew what was going on and, had plans and stuff, and now he's entirely somewhere else that he didn't expect to be.
It's not ideal.
Not sure what to do.
I peek into the doors over here.
Since you know something's in there, it's not gonna get a surprise round. But as you open the door, you see just the craziest fucking creature floating on the table in front of you.
Is it a spider?
It's not a spider. I'm gonna show you the art here in a second.
Is it a halfling?
Go ahead and give me. It's not a halfling. Go ahead and give me a knowledge planes check as this thing is revealed to you. Two elongated and deathly pallid arms protrude from this creature's smoky body as it slithers through the air. Phineas and Seraph and Galactus would know that this is a soul eater, usually summoned forth from the inky swamps of Abaddon. They are an extraplanar entity devoid of emotion or reason, possessing a hunger that may only be sated by devouring the souls of the living. They look like this.
Gross.
Funky.
Ooh.
That's cool.
It just like extends a weirdly long clawed fingers, like whoa! For initiative.
All right, so I've got a +5 to identify weakness.
Yes. I'm gonna go over.
I keep rolling 31s.
Excuse me. So identify its weaknesses. You would know that this thing is immune to crits, paralysis, sleep, or stunning. It does have DR, but is bypassed by magic, so pretty easy to bypass. In terms of weaknesses, it doesn't really have a lot.
Does it have any SR?
It can't even what?
Does it have any SR?
Does not have SR, so it is not resistant to magics. It is, however, also immune to flanking because it has all-around vision. I would say with just like that extra, ability to analyze this thing, you would know that its main attack does wisdom damage. And if it kills you, or if it brings you to 0 wisdom instead of being in a coma, it will like swallow your soul as an attack of opportunity.
How is it with doors?
Attack of opportunity.
Does it have a weakness of not being able to open doors?
I mean, look at those claws. It probably, its nails are probably too long to open it well.
Yeah,
I mean, it has hands.
because we could just close the door.
You could try to close. It does have hands. It could probably open them.
Yo, I'm really
Alright.
thinking all it needs is a mani-pedi and it'll be Rise Ryan.
You would know that, like, despite its kind of smoky appearance, it does have a central mass. It's not incorporeal. So,
Does it actually have anything to do with a petty on?
Do we know how its saves are looking? Like, at least which one's strongest? Or is that information we would
I
not
would
be?
say with how high you guys rolled with the weaknesses stuff and with the other knowledge planes checks, you would know. I'll say that its best save is certainly reflex.
Cool.
They do be
Good
fast.
to know.
They can fly like 100 feet in a round, like as one move action. They're very fast.
Not as fast as me, but alright.
Blaze, you are up first.
Yeah, speaking of being fast, I'm going to quicken cast haste on the whole group here.
All right.
And
all your limbs as you speed up.
and then does opening a door
I'm gonna add you in on your main dude.
does the opening a door require an action or movement?
You can open an object interaction as like part of a move action, unless it's locked. And it is
Oh.
not locked.
Cool. I am going to. Okay then.
Alright, you throw open the door directly in front of you. That's gonna be another Soul Eater.
Okay, cool.
It's another one right up there. I did say you heard creatures.
Mm-hmm. Well, given that it's just, so ripe and ready right here, I'm going to disintegrate him.
Okay, go for a disintegrate.
So, roll a fortitude.
Fortitude. What's your save gonna be on this one?
My current save for fortitude is 27.
27. Ooh, boy. It's gonna need to do real good on this. That is going to be a fail. So that's 2d6 per caster level.
And because I went into specialty, I now that is 1d6 plus 32, not right. All right.
I was going to say, it's like not even close to the right type of roll.
There we go. That's much better.
Holy fuck. It swoops towards you like, whoa! And the beam just hits it dead center, and it just disintegrates into a pile of black ash.
Wonderful. And I'm going to fly to this corner. And then Seraph is going to cast Blessing of Fervor on the party. Just a little recap on what that does. You can add a +2 to your attack rolls and 2 hit. You can have a +10 to your movement speed. This stacks with haste, or you can make an extra attack during your round. Or if you're a spellcaster, you can also cast a first or second level spell as if it was quickened or enlarged.
Alright, she cast that. Does she move anywhere? Or just stay there?
She is going to stay there.
Okay, Galatus.
Oh, I'm so tempted to close the door.
Just fucking shut the door.
Hey, I'm in here.
Well, yeah, but you took care of the other one.
Don't leave me in here with this thing. I'm not very smart.
At least I assume so, because I heard the spell go off.
Like powerful energy beam.
Alright,
Just because it's dead doesn't mean I can handle the other one super easy peasy.
Galatus is gonna acrobatics up and leap to here.
Aha! Sleep over the table. Yeah, oh, absolutely. You like do like a full front flip over the table, like come out with rapier drawn.
Right, and I don't get any of these bonuses. Oh, and he's going to Bane.
Okay. Alright, so we got 24. That is gonna be a hit, so 23. Is that with the Bane already in it?
Yes.
Okay. They are not lawful though. They're just neutral.
Sure.
Alright, that's gonna be its turn. So you just turn
Wait.
around. Oh yeah, sorry, Valor.
Hang on.
Yeah. Let me get where's my rapier sound effects? Rapier. Alright, go on Valoros. It's another 36. Alright. It is going to after being stabbed by both of you, it's gonna focus in on Galatus, who stabbed it first, and turn around and try to slash you twice with each of its clawed hands.
Can I parry his clawed hands?
Yes, you can try to parry his clawed hands.
27.
Is not gonna do it. Would you like to try to parry the other one as well?
Yep. 33.
3. Sorry, I'm just mathing out the second one. He got he had a 31 on his second hit. Fucking close.
Alright. And then I'm gonna repost.
Okay, go for your repost.
Oh, that's a miss.
That's a miss. You parry it away and like you try to stab towards its body, but it's that weird like smoky, like obscuring thing around its real center of mass. It's hard to stab. It is gonna get 1 off on you here, which is gonna be 7 regular damage and 6 wisdom damage.
Yikes.
No save, no nothing.
No, the damage just happens.
Really glad that I can heal that.
Yeah, me too.
But I assume that doesn't put you to 0 wisdom.
No, wisdom's one of my high stats.
So it does not immediately try to devour you. Sven, our new party member, what you doing? Effectively, they're all like in the same square as her, right? Just for my mental mind. Are you muted?
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I think you might
She's
be
gonna
on
move.
his mic end.
Sorry, she's gonna move up there with the dolls,
Okay.
and that will be her turn.
All right, moving up there. Phineas.
Creepy dolls, creepy spirits, creepy house. I'm going
Seems
to.
okay.
I'm going to swing with a vampiric touch.
Boom! Uppercut this fucking Soul Eater. Roll your chance to hit. 28, that's just barely gonna do it. You just fucking clock the Soul Eater. Like, you just feel something wet and, like, heavy in the middle of the smoke. Alright, so that's gonna be... Go for your Vampiric Touch damage. I'm gonna do the other damages first.
So it'll be 24 vampiric touch.
Okay, it is still standing, but yeah, you get that full 24 temp. Blaze. Up top in the middle.
So it's not dead, right?
No, it is not dead. It's definitely taking some damage. You can see its, like, pallid arms are kind of, like, shaking as it floats over the table.
Cool, and Galatis goes next. I'll just get Mirror Image up and,
Okay, go ahead and roll those, that d4.
Right, so that is 7, meaning I have 8 total.
Okay, so there's 7 of them on you, so a d8 to hit you, on an...
And then I will have, let's see, is this enough movement? Dude.
Where are you trying to move her?
I'm trying to move to Galatis without getting an op attack from the spooky
Okay.
guy, but I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, just hang on. We'll be done in a minute.
Yeah,
Alright.
you wouldn't be able to get by it without a swipe.
Alright, she's just going to ready action walk over to Galatis. Throw it dead.
Holly is just like, I'll watch the doors!
You do that.
Yeah, that's a Valkyrie for you.
Countess. Look, I mean, her whole job is watching heroes in action, so she's probably just like, good form on that punch. Are they destined for the halls of paradise, or to be an Inherji and help me deal out justice? Oh fuck, I should be helping. She's like
So-
totally caught up in her job.
Galatas' left hand moves to his forehead and he kind of winces. But that doesn't stop him. So there's those 2 plus the hasted one, and all those are additional 2 damage and 2 to hit.
Alright, with those ones, you will finish off the Soul Eater. As the blades stab through. Was it perhaps, with all the fights you have done, perhaps you are not so outmatched being on a different plane. As this fight reveals to you. So, let me give you guys some XP, then I'm going to describe the rest of the room here. Everybody is going to get 2,400 XP. Holly is like quickly dispatched. Excellent. You cast the Restoration. It's going to go off, and it's a D4 plus 1. Or what was it? Plus, I forget what it's plus.
No, normal restoration is just you heal
Oh,
all.
sorry. You said Restoration, not Lesser. Yeah, so he's good. Full.
Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
Alright, so.
He looks like he's almost going to pull the armored cleric in for a hug, but doesn't.
This room, now that we're not in combat, looks like some kind of like formal dining room. The rectangular table is carved with legs resembling rearing lions. The walls bear delicately painted designs of blue, green, and gold, and the glass-fronted cabinet contains numerous elegant plates and goblets. Very much still like a aristocratic Taldan style, albeit one that is a little outdated with the current trends.
How
I'm
horrifying.
going to examine all these things for some more clues.
Okay. Give me a perception check in this room. All right.
Phineas pulling us out of the water as usual.
Holy fuck. over a 27 is gonna do it. 27 or over is gonna do it, but also the 51 is gonna do it. So Galatus being by Valoros does it. Our dolls getting a 27 are gonna do it. 28 Wolf Blaze is gonna do it. 51 is gonna do it. Okay. So as you guys look around, something occurs to you here. There are still a lot of scratches from the Soul Eaters around this room, as if they were trying to like gather up, the nice plates and stuff to steal. What's interesting is there was no scratches on any of the doors. These things appeared just in this room, likely meaning they were summoned by someone else.
Do I see evidence of a summoning circle or binding circle?
You do not see one. Now that you're in this room, though, you see that there is a door going out this way, as well as you can go back to the main hallway, too.
So Jessica's gonna say, what were those?
Soul Eaters, I believe. Nasty claws.
Yes, vile things from Abaddon.
Minor annoying pests, like insects.
It's good to know you guys had that covered. She's kind of trembling a little bit.
So far,
steps up, just like pats her on the shoulder. Like, I know that these ones were trying to secure the mantle of leadership for their mistress, Princess Eutropia. What? You said the goddess Brig sent you here. What is it you seek? With your dolls.
Sorry, give me a second here.
If you have any lore questions, you can DM them to me if you want.
Yeah.
I know it's book 5, so there's a lot going on.
I just had a dream to help the first emperor. That's all I really know.
You must be a true talented patriot, then.
Are you capable of helping the Emperor?
I believe I am. Why else would he give me that dream?
Good point.
I mean, I have all. No, I don't dream. I don't sleep. Yeah, but where were you with the Soul Eater? I mean, how are you going to help?
I have talents. I can make things.
Did you make those dolls? They're very nice.
I did make the dolls, yes.
Ohalia, fully not believing that you're a warrior yet. She's like, and they're very nice dolls, yes.
Have the dolls done anything?
I don't think so. They've just been, sitting there, right?
Yes.
That's so
not
creepy.
moved
That's
at
so
all.
fucking
Yep.
Right, dolls. Okay.
Okay, well, things just get weird on this plane, apparently.
Can they go open that door?
I don't think they can move.
Don't think. Okay.
That's so scary. What a statement.
I am. Do I hear anything on the other side?
Give me a perception check. See if
31.
All right. You don't hear anything in there.
Okay, I'll open the door.
All right. So you find yourself here, in kind of the visitor amenities area. There's cooking supplies if you want them, an oven, stuff that an inevitable. As you have kind of seen his spirit became that weird armored form, probably doesn't need to eat or do anything like this. But if you guys guess, this is where they could do that.
So is there any food or just ingredients?
It's well provisioned with different meals.
Cool. I'm gonna grab some food just to see how does food on a different plane taste.
You find this delightfully pre-packaged salad that's in this like weird bowl that is keeping it fresh. Just like the least polluted salad you've ever had. Like everything tastes so fresh. Just the purest tomatoes that you ever did see.
Cool.
You guys see Blaze like come back out like munching a salad.
Well, that's the true monster, isn't it? Vegetables.
I will say you do see that also the window here is broken.
I think we found our
Phineas,
meat grass.
Phineas, the 50, this window's broken from the inside.
Okay, X-Grass then. Is it large enough for a person to get through?
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
So we're not dealing with any halflings.
I'll jump through. Do I see footprints out here?
No, but now that you're up there, go ahead and give me another perception check. You can see another broken window with no glass on the outside. Clearly something broke in at the top window.
Gotcha.
I'm going to step out here. I remember hearing something upstairs. I'm going to watch the stairs.
Okay. Give me a perception check on those stairs.
They're stairs. Oh.
Okay. Who can... It keeps changing. Who can see magical traps in this party?
I can.
Well, I guess it's a mix. You can see a rather like mixed trap on the stairs. There's certainly a mechanical trap here. Something looks rigged to a canister. Appears to be filled with gas.
Is someone trying to home alone the house? Stay
Are
away
any
from
of these handles glowing hot?
Stay away from the stairs. There's a trap.
A pain.
Yes.
Conks Valoros. Yeah, you spot that like weird gas canister like secured below the banister, kind of right at the joint of the stairs, where the stairs begin to curve.
Seems to be a closet here.
I'll try the closet.
Tis a privy.
Oh, I see. Is there any like above sink cabinet?
Yeah, there's like a medicine cabinet over the sink.
Cool.
What kind of drugs does this guy have?
Yeah.
It's all like, it looks like he like doesn't really understand what mortals would like anymore. So there's like polish, but like next to a toothbrush, but it's just armor polish. Like the effort's there, but he's not quite putting it together.
I will take the armor
Wolverine?
polish for a gift for my mom.
Through the back door over here, you see this is like the guest bedroom quarters.
Ooh.
Although it all appears remarkably untouched.
Weird.
Are these these beds
And
are
this
unmade,
one's lead
but
out
no.
to the back porch. You can investigate the back garden if you'd like.
Ooh. Yeah, that garden time. What's this right here?
What's
Chimney.
Chimney.
That's just a chimney.
All right.
Alright, so you guys are back there now. Go ahead and give me a perception check in the gardens.
I got a 66 in the perception garden.
I would try to assist if it one.
So this would be another place to see that like the window upstairs is broken. This is really driving home how lawful this plane is. The flowers and shrubs are in like perfect rows. So are the unattended weeds that have grown up since he was taken. Like, you see, like, dandelions and other, like, crabgrass growing in, like, perfectly straight rows.
I've got to get a summer home here.
I am going to pick one of the dandelions just to make it so it's uneven.
You take one of the dandelions, even you do that, but you look at the dandelion itself, and it's just, like, the most, like, perfectly, almost cartoonishly perfect dandelion that you've ever seen.
I'm going to give myself Hermian potential and then disarm the trap.
Okay, go for disarm. So it's 27.
Also, so you can reroll and take the better one.
Yeah, I can reroll and take the better one.
Okay, so it'll be up to a 31. You managed to disable it with a 31 there.
Cool, yeah.
The trap goes away. That is actually a high enough DC that you can salvage the canister without needing to, like, disable it.
Ooh.
Sweet.
So first off, it's a pretty high DC trap. Everyone's gonna get 6,400.
Nice.
And if you have either craft alchemy or knowledge nature, you can try to make a check to see what kind of poison gas is in there. With the 31, 33 there, Galatus, this is what's known as nightmare vapor.
Ooh. Sounds fun.
Pretty DC 20 fortitude save, which is pretty high for an inhaled poison. You need 2 successful saves to cure yourself of it. Anytime you fail a save on it, you take 1 wisdom damage and are confused for a round. So this is like a gas made for people to fight, essentially.
Is this canister able to be thrown as a weapon?
I would say yes.
So we have a grenade now. Cool. Let's use chemical warfare. Woohoo!
I feel like the Joker or maybe the Scarecrow.
Probably more Scarecrow than Joker.
Are you sure you're not?
All right. Up the stairs.
Up the stairs we go. Do we got a marching order?
This is going first to look for traps.
Alright.
All right. So haste is off. The divine boon is that also off?
Blessing of Fervor is a minute-long buff.
Just 1 minute.
It's like a minute per level, so it's up for 14 minutes.
Okay.
It's decently chunky.
Alright. Zoom out a little bit.
Ooh, it's like a study. Cool.
Alright. So Phineas is coming out first. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you kind of reach the top of the stairs. 61. Alright. You hear a board creak. So you hear two things. First, you hear a board creak over by like this set. Sorry, I'm on the wrong layer. Over by like this open set of bay windows. And Phineas, you also see that another Soul Eater is like hiding under the desk.
So I try to quietly point that out to people.
Does he have True Sight? You have True Sight, right, Phineas?
I can turn it on if I need be.
Yeah. With that creaking, I'm thinking it's someone invisible.
Oh yeah, I can turn on True Sight so I can see if it's somebody invisible.
All right. Cool. All right. So you see, indeed, someone is standing there, or I should really say something is standing there. About the size of a gnome or a halfling. You see this creature.
It's evil.
It appears to be made of a collection of worms wriggling together in the shape of a body.
Ew.
I dislike the name Nibs with that description.
Take them! We're going to roll for initiative.
Coolio.
I rolled planes on the wordy creature.
All right. You would know.
He only rolled a 5.
You would know that this is what's called a worm that walks. Basically, it is a creature that, when a powerful spellcaster with a strong personality and like a real lust for life, also while being remorselessly evil, dies, and is buried in a graveyard, there is a chance that its like eldritch energies seep into the ground, and all the worms that come to devour it like inhale its personality and become a hive mind.
Alright, is anybody else not enjoying this plane? Is it just me?
I am fascinated personally.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about buying property here.
Alright, so we got her in the order, and then let me just add the Soul Eater.
Yikes, that thing fast.
Oh yeah, Nibs do be fast.
And
I'm pretty sure I have a higher initiative bonus than the Soul Eater.
What's your bonus?
Plus 13.
Plus 13? It's close, but yes, you do. They have plus 12.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna put you at 18.5.
Coolio.
Alright.
So what do we know about this thing?
So Worm That Walks is actually not really a creature, it's a template that you add. You know that worms that walk do have blind sight. And they can see, they have blind sight and all-around vision. You know that they typically also have a pretty high DR. DR all. So like any damage can be reduced. You would also know that the worms can kind of call on more worms and repair themselves. They do have fast healing.
Do they have SR?
Not all of them. It would kind of depend on how the worm that walked got formed.
Alright.
Okay, so leaping into the fray. Can this one be flanked or get all around vision, no flanking?
No fun.
Alright, so
You also know that since it's like a mass of worms, you can't really crit it.
fair enough.
31 against flat-footed, because you guys beat initiative. That is going to be a hit. For 28.
Okay. Oh, since it's flat-footed, can I get my sneak attack damage?
Let me just make sure that precision still works. I believe it still would. It would still work. Yeah.
Okay, so take this damage roll.
The 45.
Yep.
Did you have time to get Bane off on the one that walks?
Yes. Yep. I can do it as a swift action, so.
In that case, hold on, let me. I just gotta redo my math really quick. You can certainly feel that some of that's reduced just because you're stabbing a pile of worms, but it does. You see like a bunch of them come like flying out and splatter the window behind Nibs.
Perfect. Valeros is going to follow Galus' lead and let him have it.
Well, by the way, you can select what bonus you have each turn.
34. That is gonna be a hit for reduce that. Another solid blow. A bunch of worms splatter out, but Nibs is still standing.
Nib turn.
Well, then I guess it's his turn. Or its turn. I'm not going to call it his.
Nib's turn.
Unless it's got some sort of big worm dangling.
Alright, so... just double checking one thing that Nibs can do. Well, that's not all right. So First thing it's going to do is it's going to acrobatic away. Also, can you guys see invisibility, Galatus and Valoros?
Oh, is he invisible?
He is still invisible. I just showed him on the map because they saw with the true seeing.
Sorry. Then Valoros can't. Galatus requires an action to turn on his see invisibility. So
So you can either say you took this round to do that, or just do a 50-50 shot with the D100 to see if your attack.
yeah, we'll just do the 50-50.
Okay. Highs or lows?
Highs for hit.
Alrighty.
No. Darn it.
Not so
Then
close.
Valoros left to roll as well. See if he connected.
Also no.
Alright. Sorry, I should have clarified that earlier. My bad. So while still invisible, it's gonna kind of just run past you guys to the other bay window. As it goes, still kind of remaining silent. You all see a whole bunch of insects flow out of its body. It's like mixes of like spiders, scorpions, centipedes, all this just like horrifying insects.
Does that mean its invisibility drops?
It is a summoning spell, so that it does not drop invisibility. I am going to use your cute little spider swarm. Ooh, actually, what's the distance on that? Can I do it from far away? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, yeet. Got him.
Alright. Indeed. So, the swarms are gonna start swarming. One's gonna go on Galatus, one's gonna go on Valoros, one's gonna move to Phineas, and one's gonna move to Blaze.
Can they even if she's flying? Like hovering.
Hovering? Oh, then they can't. Well, let's see. Can they fly?
I don't want this plane to have flying enemies.
They cannot fly.
Woohoo!
So it's just gonna, let's see, it was over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just kind of gets in the middle of you guys. Alright, so Valoros, Galatus, and Phineas, you guys are going to take the swarm damage automatically from these dudes. That is going to be 13 damage each. And everyone go ahead and make 2 fortitude saves.
Everyone?
No, sorry, the people that are covered. So Phineas, Galatus, Valoros. Phineas, you are going to be distracted, but you are not going to be poisoned. Galatus is going to be not distracted, but is going to be poisoned. Valoros is distracted, but not poisoned. Alright, so Galatus, you're the one who took poison damage. You are going to take 1 dex damage this round. And then the other 2 of you are both distracted. Sorry, I always forget the distraction rules. Give me 1 second. Alright, so you guys are nauseated for 1 round if you're distracted. Which means you can take a movement action, but not a standard. That is Nib's full turn with summoning those things. Sven.
Okay, Sven. Well, Jessica's first gonna move back here 1.
Okay.
And I'm gonna range touch attack the that.
Yikes! On
Which one, this one?
20.
Soul Eater.
Oh,
Soul
Soul
Eater.
Eater. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
That's potential crit because it's still a touch tag. Roll to confirm.
Yep.
It's flat-footed and touch, which is base 10, so that does confirm. So whatever spell this is gonna do double damage.
What shape is a cone again? Like in terms of squares? 60 foot.
I mean, fucking big.
I mean, like, does it go on a diagonal? Like, what type of diagonal does it go on? Does it go
So you can do cones
down
to
one side?
Let's resolve this spell first while I draw some examples.
Okay. So, if anyone's actually looking at, is anyone actually looking at Jessica right now? Or the
I
all
bet
concentrated?
Ohalia definitely is. Oh
Mhm.
my lord.
Yikes!
Jesus.
That's not what I meant to
strange
do.
number.
Can I delete that?
What the fuck? I don't know what to do with that. What is that supposed to be a link?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
an image link.
What is the thing? What is the image supposed to be?
It's a cone template.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, basically you can either fire it off where it starts growing like the blue thing, or you fire it off on a diagonal, goes straight along those lines, and becomes jagged at the other end.
Cool.
What spell is Sven doing though?
He is doing a lightning lance.
Lightning Lance. Okay. Roll double the damage on it. Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, 44. It's gonna take as electricity just fucking crackles through the air. Ohalia watches the doll just like glow briefly as electricity arcs out of it from the lady's arms. And this thing looks badly hurt.
And can I get a fortitude save from it, please?
It's gonna be a 15.
15. It is now. The target's vision is impaired.
Ooh.
Because it treat all targets, treat all creatures as if they had concealment 20% for 1 round.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Phineas.
Hey, you forgot to give us our tax opportunity on the swarms.
Oh, okay. So. Galaxy.
So there's my.
Everybody makes one, except for Phineas. You can make 2, I believe, with your.
Also, Galatas can make 2. There was one right here and one right here. No, wait. There was one right here and one right here, and both went away.
How many can Alright, Phineas, how many can you make, first of all?
I can make up to 3 attacks of opportunity per round.
Okay. And you have bashing and cold right now. Alright, so this one takes damage. You could also make one on the one that went to the side of you, the one under you, and the one that went to the side.
Can I use my crit on the monk strike?
No, you have to roll separately. Or is the monk strike full BAB?
Yeah, it is. It's the same as a regular attack.
Oh, sure, why not? Okay, hold on. So let me reduce that to that. Alright. You squash a good number of the swarms, but there's a lot in there. So they're both still cooking. Galatas, go ahead and make yours. You can basically make one on one of the ones that ran away and one of the ones that got you. So the one under you is gonna take the damage. Oh, yours is a rapier, right?
Yep.
Okay. The swarms are still alive, but all have some bugs squashed.
Hey Ben, when I get a crit, I can make a 5-foot step. So I'm gonna 5-foot step out of the swarm.
Okay, go for it. What? I didn't know. It's not. It's in the bassinet. Yes.
And then I guess I'll. Actually, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go up to the worm eater or whatever.
Worm that walks, yeah.
Okay, so I'm nauseated, so I can't attack, but I can move, right?
You can move.
Okay, so I just move into range of him.
Alright.
All right, Blaze, take out the bugs.
I'm gonna do that. So I have a question on like where it originates from.
So you can originate it going. Sorry, I already deleted them, but you can
But it
originate it
originates
going
on
this
my
way
tile?
or on a diagonal.
No, like does it originate on my tile or on the tile next?
On your, is this like cone of coal? What spell is this?
This is prismatic spray.
Prismatic spray. It would originate on your tile.
Wonderful. All right. So I am going to go right here and have the straight line origination,
Yeah.
and that should be able to hit every single thing.
Can you still exclude people on this?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so it goes off of that line and going down this way.
And do the bug swarms have less than 8 hit dice? Just wondering.
Sorry, yeah, so that's 50 feet, 5 feet. That's right on the edge of your range. Can you get nibs though?
Yep.
Yes, nibs would be on. Okay. Do they have what? Sorry.
Do the bug swarms have less than 8 hit dice?
Here's the thing. They don't really have hit dice. They are magical, like, summons, so they just, like, have a set amount of HP.
Alright. Cool.
But they are originally based on a centipede swarm, which has 9 hit dice. So we'll say at least 9, minimum.
Alright, so this is for Mr. Cloud, Mr. Handsy Cloud. So he rolls.
He wouldn't be hit. He would be.
Wait. If it originates from my square,
But
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
If you're doing it on a diagonal, it's like not. It's like this.
Oh.
So he would be just out of it. But if you 5 foot step back any farther, Nibs and Valorous, or Nibs not Valorous, Nibs and the swarm on Valorous are out of range.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with this.
Okay.
Alright,
Still
yeah.
a very efficient use of the spell. Just you can't get him.
Alright, so this swarm right here
Okay.
gets the fun one. It gets the poison.
Okay, I think it might be immune.
Is it immune to poison?
Yeah, it's immune to poison.
Alright, nuts.
You see, that's the green beam, right?
That is correct.
Alright, the green one, like, lances out as the rainbow sprays across this whole fucking room. And as it just impacts the bugs, like, and they just, like, continue scuttling across the floor like nothing happened.
This one is affected with 2. Alright. It gets
Reroll
ignore that one. So 1,
So
2.
72.
Alright. It takes 40 points of acid damage and is sent to another plane.
Okay, I think so.
And
Hilariously,
he's
the
will
plane
save.
one is single target. So I think,
No, it just says sent to another plane.
yeah, but that like that beam when you can only send like basically like one scorpion gets fucking sent to. Let me see. A single scorpion appears on a cloud in the plane of air. And the rest are just fucking melted.
It's a gift for Olivia.
The rest are just fucking melted by acid.
Cool. The swarm on Galatus
Alright.
is affected with 80 lightning damage.
Alright. Even if it makes
It can make a reflex save.
even if it makes the
Which
save,
is
it's still
a
gonna be
29.
150% because it's a swarm, so it's automatically gonna kill it.
Cool. The swarm on Valoros.
Electricity somehow swarms all around you, Galatus, and all the bugs like popping. Like
another-
bug zapper, but you're fine.
It's like living in a bug zapper.
Another plane.
Okay. You see like a spider, this big old hairy tarantula, just ends up on a dining table somewhere in Dis, the city in the second layer of hell. Somewhere, like a low-ranking devil is like, "Ooh, this will do nicely for a pet." Go ahead and roll on Nibs.
And for Nibs, he also takes 80 lightning damage. Reflex
It's
takes
80 if it's a fail, right?
80 if it's a fail,
Okay.
and 40 if it's a success.
He got. Well, I mean, really, it got at this point. It's a genderless thing.
Mhm.
13.
It's a DC
He got a 25. What did you say it was?
DC 29.
Okay, it's a fail. It's gonna be 80. Some of it is
Cool.
reduced because it's DR all, so that is. Okay. Nibs crackles like just a bunch of like fried worms dropped to the ground.
Wonderful.
That is gonna be the hurt
Oh,
soul.
Seraph
Seraph.
has-
Yeah, go off with Seraph.
She is going to use her fun new spell, called Ice Strike.
Oh.
So that it needs to make a reflex save, which is
Which one is this?
the
Soul Eater. Okay. Reflex is its best one, so that's gonna be a 31.
yeah, that succeeds. It takes half of 45.
Okay, so 22.
Cold damage, if that matters.
22 cold.
And then because that was a swift action, is anyone harmed in any way?
I think
Yes.
Galatus and Valoros and Phineas, you just took 10 HP damage. So Galatus and Valoros are the ones that are really hurt. Like a real.
All right. Galatis, you took some ability damage, right?
1 dex.
Cool.
Phineas is just like, huh, good thing I sucked the energy out of a thing that also sucked energy from people.
Seraph walks over and casts Lesser Restoration on you. That
Oh
dex.
yeah, minimum 1. Done. You're good. Dex damage
Alright.
just fucking vanishes. Okay, you cast that spell. Soul Eater is gonna fly over. It's like got electricity like crackling across it. It looks almost like a flying lightning cloud at this point with its black smoke body. So it gets you get partial concealment from it, Blaze. Says it's gonna step out here and try to slice you twice.
It has a 40% mischance because of my Cloak of Displacement.
Okay. Do you want?
And then it also has the 1d8 thing, but first it needs to make the attack roll, see if it hits.
What's your AC right now? So we'll start with AC and see if it even matters. The next 2 layers of defense.
Yeah. I'm very defendable. AC is 28.
Okay, both are potential hits. So we'll start with hit
Right.
1. 40% mischance. So I'm gonna roll my d10s that I have right here for this game. And if it is 60 or over, it'll get through to trying to hit your doubles.
Mhm.
That is a 20%. It's a miss from displacement.
Coolio.
Next one's a potential hit as well. So same thing. That one's an 84. So that is.
Doesn't it also
Huh?
doesn't it also have a 20% mischance from the lightning lance?
I believe default usually when most if there's like multiple concealment effects, it defaults to the highest.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could end up with like 90% concealment in this scenario if you were like also invisible, which would be honestly I wouldn't
A bit wide.
Pathfinder. I could see that happening, but okay, so it gets through that, and then it's a.
I will choose
there's
myself to
7
be
of you.
1 out of the d8.
Okay, I always do it on a 1 on my D, like on 1 on whatever I'm rolling is a hit on you. That's a 5. So 1 double's destroyed. Between the blinding lightning, your displacement, the mirror image, this thing misses both attempts to try to hit you. All right, that's gonna bring us back to Galatis, who's still inside a swarm. Or no, sorry, your swarm got disintegrated, so you're good. The remaining enemies are a swarm over here, and the swarm on Valoros, and Nibs.
So he's going to activate his sea invisibility because the thing's invisible still, right?
It is still invisible, yes, because all it's done is a summon spell.
Okay, and then 5-foot step and attack the swarm.
Okay. Ooh, and I see we gotta buy the gods roll here. We'll factor that in a hot second. right, so that swarm is indeed still cooking.
All right, so Valeros is going to 5-foot step out of the swarm,
Okay, I'll move it back to its original position.
and he's going to try to make it dead.
All right, go ahead.
Woohoo!
He gets all of his attacks since he's full attacking, and Divine Boon gives him one more.
Almost with that, like, just like the fucking like basket hilt of your rapier, a Spanish rod, whatever Valeros has. It's just like boom, boom, boom. It's like smashing bug after bug. Gets his fucking boots in there a bit too, stomp on them.
Yep.
And that is gonna take out that swarm. All right, so that one's gone. All right. Next is Nibs. You see some of its worms begin to reform with its fast healing. It's gonna let the swarm from its spell go rogue, so it's basically just gonna be random direction. Okay. It is going to swarm over to Seraph. So Seraph is gonna take 12 damage to Seraph, and give me 2 fortitude saves.
Okay, wait just 1 second, please.
Okay?
And then 2 fortitude, correct?
2 fortitude.
28 for both.
Okay, you're fine.
Cool.
Alright. At this point, Nibs is gonna, like 5-foot step back, points a hand dripping with worms at Phineas. Phineas, go ahead and, Spellcraft Phineas, this is Baleful Palm.
What level is that?
5th.
For her, it is a 5th. For certain people, it's a 4th. For her, it's a 5th.
Okay.
All right, you do have a bead of newt repellent or whatever that's called.
Yeah, anti-newt bead, which
Yep.
against 1 baleful polymorph.
You see the bead kind of like, you feel it like kind of vibrating in your pocket, and it cracks with an audible pop, and Nibs just kind of like tilts their head unnaturally far to the left, like kind of looking quizzically at you. What the fuck?
Serve and be spared.
It is going to cast a quicken spell as well here.
Oh no!
Who's ever looking? If no one's looking at the dolls,
Yeah.
the male one's gonna glow again, and you're gonna attempt to dispel or counterspell that.
Okay. It looks like it.
Oh yeah, you are an arcanist, right?
It looks like it was trying to cast another type of bug spell, Insect Plague.
Yikes!
What's that here?
Don't mind me, just gonna roll perception.
That'd be a level 5 spell, which I believe you can counter.
Wait, this person can has 9th level
She has
spells.
some abilities that are making that spell be cast low.
I
But
see.
effectively, it's like a 5th level spell. So she is going to hold out her hands. And 16, I don't believe counters that.
Okay.
And then, sorry, let me just double check. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Just doing some maths. Alright, I can't find my swarm token for this, so we're just gonna use regular bees.
The bees! Ah yes, I
The
love
wasp
these white
swarms are
squared.
back.
Okay.
Hello, bees.
The
They're
four
gonna
wasps.
start buzzing the fuck around. One of them's gonna buzz on over to Phineas. So that's an op attack for that swarm, Phineas. And then you said you can make 3 ops, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ones that go to Galatus and Valorous are gonna get opt by you as well. So start that one. Okay, that one takes some bashing damage. Sorry, just moving.
So you can use the monk strike for the second one.
Monk strike for second one. All right, it's gonna be some extra bash in there. Okay, and the third one was 35 for.
Yeah.
Alright. I will say, it looks like this. Sorry, I need to move Galatus as well. The wasp swarms do not look as healthy as the creeping doom swarms. But one of them is still on each of you 3. That is gonna be some. Some swarm damage. Much less though. Phineas, that's 7 for you. Valoros is 6, and Galatus is 10. And then each of you 3 again is gonna make 2 fortitude saves. One for the first one is for distraction, second one's for poison, for wasp poison. All right, Galatus, good on both counts. Phineas, distracted for 1 round, so nauseated. Valoros is nauseated and poisoned. This poison is another dex damage. Just straight 1 dex. That is Nib's turn. Sven.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't move the last fucking swarm. Last swarm would go over to our new partner.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 2 saves. I guess just from her. She takes 2 damage, minimum damage.
Awesome.
Woohoo.
And then it'll be Sven's turn.
Okay, again, this time anyone actually looking in the doll's direction, the male one is going to actually cast a spell.
Book.
I must know, does it have somatic components? Is he moving his little arms?
Yes, he is.
Everyone's like, oh god.
Okay, ranged touch attack on the nib. Actually, there's gonna be 3 of them.
Alright, go ahead. Is against range touch, right? Is what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so the... Oh, each one is plus 12, right? So...
Yes.
20...
Sorry, yeah.
Alright, so then that one's gonna miss. First one's gonna hit, and then a potential crit on the second one, so make another d20 roll. That is a confirmed crit, so 1 regular damage and a crit damage as well.
That's 12 fire.
Alright, that's gonna do more on this thing. Okay.
And then 32 fire.
Takes more damage from fire, so that's... with those 2 beams, the fire burns through the room. And that wasp swarm is utterly defeated. And we're gonna activate a little by the... Sorry, I put damage on your person by accident. By the gods is gonna actually cure the poison. What's her name again? Sorry, I'm blanking right now.
Jessica.
Jessica's poison is cured as you all see a briefly glowing like grandfather clock. Its gears ticking over her head. It's from a By the Gods chat redeem as the poison is removed.
I use a swift action to dispel it. I'm just kidding.
Take that, Brig, the Whisper in Bronze.
Not my god, not my house.
That's the wrong whispering god. Thank you very much.
Not in this
That's
cave
right.
Spearing house. Phineas. You are nauseated right now,
Blaze shouts from across the room. Don't worry about the swarms.
I take a 5-foot step so that Nibs is in the corner, and I
Nobody
just-
puts Nibs in a corner.
submit and serve or die.
Ooh, let me make sure. What all can Nibs speak to you?
Pretty sure he speaks bug. Wait.
You got-
Does my animal empathy work on it? Like vermin empathy work on him? Does he have the vermin subtype?
You hear
I'll say it
like,
in.
disgusting voice speaking Talbot, speaking common.
I was going to speak in Abyssal, Ben.
Oh, Nibs also speaks Abyssal.
Yeah. Yeah, Phineas speaks it in Abyssal.
Faithful. Your words mean nothing to me. She like has a dagger in the hand ready to go. As you have her backed up against this window, Phineas, give me a perception check. Alright. As she makes this like crazy declaration, you look through the window and you see an eye floating just outside watching you two fight. See it like blink slowly.
Well, it can't see me unless it's like a physical eye.
It can see everything in the room right now. It appears to be floating
I-
just out here.
I mean, like if it's a scrying sensor, it can't see me. If it's like a
It's
creature
not,
or something.
It's not a scrying sensor. It's like a,
Okay.
It's a creature thing. That's different.
Gotcha.
If it was a scrying sensor, no, it straight up wouldn't work on you.
All right, that's my turn because I can't do anything since I'm nauseated.
Blaze, you have.
2 questions. How tall is the room, and how tall are these like bookshelves?
So it is like a library with these bookshelves here. The room itself, this is where the ceiling kind of has like a steepled ceiling here. At the center of the room, highest you go is like 20 feet, and then it kind of pans down to about 12 as you go to the sides.
All right, and these bookshelves?
Floor to ceiling. Well, almost floor to ceiling. It's on a diagonal ceiling, but like at least 10 feet high.
Okay.
A real tall.
Yeah. Let's see. And I guess the best place to do it would be from right there. Alright, I am going to just take the opportunity attack and move right there.
Okay, Soul Eater's gonna swipe on you. So first, it's getting, what was it, 28 that it's getting by?
It is a 28, yeah.
28. It will get by on that. So next, let's do.
Okay.
Where is it? Sorry, I lost my ones place for the D10. Is again gonna get through that mischance.
Alright.
And now
I'll
it's
still choose
a D7
on the
which
D7.
doesn't fucking exist. So I'm just gonna use roll 20. Another double gone, so it doesn't actually hit you.
Coolio. I'm going to move over here and cast a fireball right there.
Okay. Fireball.
That
strikes
will-
into the room.
That will get all 3 bug swarms and then also nibs. But not the not this one.
Go ahead and roll damage on that. Oh yeah, not this one. Oh, sorry, that one didn't even go last time. Good call. It would
yeah,
also be
the
under Galaxy.
damage
Oh, no,
roll
sorry,
is 17.
Damage to Seraph. Oh no, did it already?
Yeah,
Nibs
it
would-
did already.
It would damage Seraph on Nibs turn.
Oh, alright.
So Seraph takes another 20 damage.
Okay.
And double fortitude save again. I'll tell you right now, the swarms, apart from the one still on Seraph, are instantly taken out because 150% damage on a swarm from a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
So the wasps are done. Seraph is gonna be nauseated this next round, so she can't. On this specific round, she can only take a move action.
Okay.
Nibs is gonna make that save, so half of that would be 39, which is reduced a bit by its universal damage reduction.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you want Seraph to move away?
Real quick, I'm seeing if I can do any type of quicken spell.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you want Seraph to move? I can move this out.
Yeah.
So you can see.
If I do a 5-foot step, they won't trigger an attack of opportunity, but I'll still be able to make that if nauseated.
They can't. Swarms can't make up attacks. They only damage you by
Oh.
entering your square.
Cool. Then she is going to go right over here.
Okay, I'm gonna put
And enter.
was, go to there. The Soul Eater, pretty fucking frustrated with not being able to hit Blaze ever. But they do have 100-foot perfect fly speeds. It's gonna move. It can't charge because there's a staircase in the way, but it's gonna move to here and then straight down all the way to Phineas to try to help Nibs. Phineas, what is your AC right now?
30 for the moment.
30. This would potentially be a hit. Are you gonna do any, like, snake style or anything? Okay, so 39. So it's gonna be close. You kind of like, you're still kind of like as this wasp like, you know, crawl over your mouth. You're a little disgusted, but you like hear the whistle of the wind with your senses and just duck out of the way to the side as the claws like scythe over your head.
And then I punch him in return.
All right, go for the punch. 18's not gonna do it though.
You can add a
Cyrus,
plus
hits it
2.
dead center mass, but doesn't hurt.
I've already added the +2. Thank you, though, Blaze.
Do you hiss when you just next? Okay, Galatus. There's one swarm left above you, and then the Soul Eater's already been hit pretty bad, and Nibs still cooking, thanks to the pretty high fast healing they have.
Alright, so right to there and attack the Soul Eater. Can I flank? No, you said we can't damage.
This one can't be fine. No.
And then
Oh, sorry,
Bane
no,
that one.
Oof with the Bane hit. That's a confirmed crit. And this thing is gonna go down.
Woohoo.
Move that outside.
Rose is going to move to there, and he's distracted.
That's gonna be Nibs. How far? That's one of the last creeping doom swarms. It can't get to you guys. It can get to Galatus though, and that's what it's gonna do. So it's gonna move under Galatus.
Oh, can it? Looks like he can't get to me.
Galatus is gonna take. Let's see. This was the Doom Swarm, not a Wasp Swarm. 17 damage to Galatus, and that's gonna be 2 Fortitude saves again. Ooh, also have Valoros make 2 Fortitude saves on his turn, because that's for the 2 poisons he's accrued. Okay, so that's not enough. All right, so first of all, Galatus, you're fine. You're not distracted or poisoned. Valoros is now cured of the Wasp poison, but not the Doom Swarm poison. So Valoros is going to take another 2 dex damage.
Okay.
Alright. That's the swarms. Ooh, Nibs does not like being in a corner.
You know, he could kind of do like an S shape around us, so we could all get attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. Does freedom of movement, does that negate attacks opportunity? It doesn't, right? It's just grapples.
No.
Okay. Just double checking if I can do something. So, Nibs is going to attempt to acrobatics over you guys and end up over here. And is going to, while doing that, throw a scroll in front of you guys. I need you to try to make a, sorry, first I'll do acrobatics. Okay, what is, it's going to go like over Valeros, not Valeros. So it'd be on a diagonal that would provoke from Phineas and Valeros. What are their CMOs?
31.
28.
Alright, so let's see if we can actually make that. It is going to make that. I'm gonna run over here. It throws out a piece of paper behind it. Do you guys look at it?
Sure. Spellcraft.
Sound like a good idea.
Alright. As you guys glance at the paper, you see a complex rune is inscribed on it.
Yep.
And as you guys are adjacent to it, the rune, boom, explodes as Nibs tosses it behind them. Those adjacent are gonna take... I do not like the thing of words. I'm gonna sing that to my fucking preschoolers. Or read that to my preschoolers, this new green eggs and ham. Alright, so you two, no save, take... Wow, that was fucking atrocious. 20 damage each.
Who?
Galatus, you're... How far away are you? 15 feet. Galatus, you're actually fine.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright, so it's gonna throw that out, and you see Nibs heals a bit more. But that is actually all it does on its turn.
So how much was that for Valeros?
What did I say, 20? I think 20.
And what type of damage is it?
It is force damage.
Forced.
Okay. Oops. Not 20, minus 20.
Yeah, it's more of like, not like a fiery explosion, more like a shockwave. But Nibs doesn't have any other summons to go besides the ones on Galatus, so Sven.
Sven will glow again. Or the doll will, at least.
Don't target the bugs on Galatus. I got a plan for them.
I got a plan for the bugs.
And... Ranged touch attacks on the Nib.
On the Nibs, though.
That's now one.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
a miss. Just phew. What spell was that one with that one?
Lightning Lance.
The like crackle of lightning just shatters the window behind it. Because they just hit the dirt.
Yeah, and that's everything from Sven.
Where's that eye at, Ben?
Where's the eye currently?
Yeah.
It is. Let's see.
Where this dead guy?
It's behind. Yeah, it's where the dead guy is. It's behind Nibs right now.
All right, awesome. So I raise my hand and lightning crackles in it, and I say, "The King of Whisper charges you to submit," and I cast Lightning Arc at the eye and Nibs. So they both have to make reflex saves.
That's a chunk of damage.
Yeah, so they take 61 if they fail. They take half of that if they succeed.
What's your save?
Save is DC 22.
Okay, so Nibs is gonna take half because they do not have evasion. The eye does have evasion. It takes half. So 30 on Nibs. Nibs is, despite the fast healing around, Nibs is starting to look pretty fucked up.
And I'll move towards Nibs because I don't care how he feels about being in a corner.
You hear again, like in like the dark tongue, you hear like, "I won't disappoint the masters."
Your masters and you will both burn then.
Phoenix already went, so Blaze.
All right. So, because of Nibs letting go of their control over the bug swarm on Galactus, I want to use entotropic empathy on the bug swarm to try to get it to go over to Nibs and swarm him
What
instead.
the fuck is that? What spell is that?
Because no, it's not a spell. It's because I'm an entothrope because I got bitten by that assassin
I
bug.
forgot you were still an entotrope.
So, yeah, I can talk to bugs.
That's fucking whack. Okay. Yeah.
I roll diplomacy plus with a +4 racial.
All right, go for it.
That is a 51.
They look all like a bunch of different compound eyes and like 8-eyed spiders all look over at you.
Go get him. And I point over to Nibs.
All right, on Nibs' turn, it's gonna scuttle over to Nibs.
Wonderful. And then I am going to move over yonder. And I am going to quicken spellcast blindness deafness on this eye.
Interesting.
So it needs to make fortitude save, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, fortitude.
Give me 1 second. I have to double check how this is gonna work. Okay, so it's gonna be fortitude save. So that's gonna be on its eye. Okay, go ahead and give me. All right, sorry, I should have done this on the last lightning that tried to hit. But give me a spell resistance check.
Alright, this has a whopping +8 because of my various bonuses. So that is that's a 30 something. That's a 30
It
something.
does get through it, and then it's a fortitude save, you said?
Yep, fortitude save.
Alright, it's gonna be a 32.
Nuts. Alright.
Yeah, that eye's not fun.
Yeah. Alright. And then Seraph. What Seraph is gonna do, Senior Nibs is still up and bopping, right?
Yeah? Oh yeah, over here.
Does anyone have ability damage?
Valoros has... What is Valoros having? Like 4 dex damage?
3 dex damage.
3 dex damage. Valoros has dex damage.
Cool. I'm going to expend a 5th level spell slot to cast Cure Moderate Communal on Galactus, Valoros, and Phineas. So
Okay.
they each get healed for... They each get healed for 23.
Thank you much.
Thank you kindly.
Dead. So it's gonna be back to Galactus. Galactus, you do still have the swarm on you. But it doesn't damage you till Nibs' turn, and it's gonna actually run away from you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Alright.
you heard Blaze chattering at them, so...
And they've suddenly turned a little bit less enthusiastic about hurting me.
Probably just swarming and biting you all over.
Alright, so we're going to charge up here and take a shot. So
Okay.
this is going to be +4 on this attack.
Okay.
2 from the Divine Boon.
Okay, 2 from Boone and 2 from Charge. So that's 34. That is gonna be a successful hit for sure. Right. Yes. Nibs is still standing.
So Valoros is no longer distracted?
Yes, Valoros is not distracted.
Alright, so same deal.
Alright, charging on up to Nibs.
Yep, +2 on +4 on attack. Ooh, nifty.
Ooh,
Yikes.
And so that's going to be +8 to confirm that.
That's definitely a confirmation. So that's 69 damage.
Nice.
Subtract the DR. Oh, Nibs is looking in a bad way. There's like the worms are starting to the cloak is starting to collapse around the body.
His own bugs are going to kill him.
Alright, so Swarm's gonna come over. And it just doesn't do anything because the worms that walk are immune.
Ah, nuts. But at least we have
But
our allies.
you do hear Nibs in the language you guys were talking earlier, just being like, "Stop! Attack them! Attack them!" Nibs. How hostily are you guys going after Nibs? Are you trying to capture Nibs or just fucking destroy it?
Well,
Holy cat.
we might be doing different things, but Galatus and Valros are trying to stab him to death.
Okay. Phineas, do you think you'd be doing the same?
I mean, I'm putting the pressure on, but I keep making the offer for him to live, so.
Okay. You see Nibs. Let's see. Okay, that's gonna be. Nibs is gonna disengage. So move this one over here. They begin running toward the window, and look like they're gonna try to jump out. You see the eye. Its iris begins to pulse like a bluish purple, and you hear again in that same tongue, Nibs is like, "No! I won't lead them back! I won't lead them back! I swear!" And all of a sudden, you see Nibs just comes to a stop and is just looking down at the floor. You see the eye just books it away at 100-foot fly speed.
I'm gonna go after it.
It was not a spell that did this. Go ahead and give me this is gonna be very hard, but give me a knowledge dungeoneering check.
It was a baby beholder.
Babe holder.
I got a 34.
It's an exceptionally rare creature that bakes it up to that, plus its CR. It is an exceptionally rare creature. What did you guys say, 34?
34 is what I got.
Alright, even though it's an exceptionally rare creature, which means base. That doesn't matter. I don't want to give too much away about it. Anyway, you know that this is some sort of Hayakume, a bloated creature whose eyes protrude from between fleshy rolls of its necklace hulking form. Hideous and corpulent, with numerous eyes dotting their body, Hayakumes are mystics of malevolence. These strange, aberration monks. They kind of have abilities like monks do. They are known to steal and collect memories of other intelligent beings. You think likely that this eye was one of its probes, which it can release several of them a day, and it drained the memories out of Nibs.
That's what he deserves, man.
Wait a minute, that's my shtick. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I've been waiting for you to get to this fucking monster. Okay. So with that, we're effectively out of combat. Do you guys finish off the body? It's just standing there now. It literally is doing nothing.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah.
With any well-placed strikes, you guys shatter Nibs apart. And it goes down. Alright, so we're about to take our first break here in a second. I'm going to just give you guys the XP first. And then when we come back, Drow did have a random item drop, which is going to also be in Nibs' pile of equipment.
In Nibs' pile of worms.
Yeah, well, his cloak, originally this was a female gnome. Now it is a genderless worm. So you guys killed a worm that walks, and you also killed an advanced soul eater.
Advanced soul eater.
Everybody gets 10,800. For those watching, we're gonna run a quick ad, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Alright, time to go get some Easter leftover.
Alright, I'll be back in 5. devices back on. Excellent. I'm gonna start copying over what loot you guys got. It's gonna be this plus the random item. Alright, we got Galatas back. There's Blaze.
He's getting some food. We can start without him.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. So, is the aftermath of the fight. First, I put the loot that we already got there. It is Sven's first session. So, Sven, do you want to roll our random item drop?
Sure.
Alright. Are you interested in any, like, weapons or anything like that? Or you just want to do, like, just straight wondrous items?
Straight wondrous.
Okay, we need a D12 and then a D100. Right. Ooh, a chest slot. I'm not sure this is going to be of much use to anybody, but go ahead and give me a spellcraft check as their robe / like vest is left behind. Ironically, this would have been good for me. But this is a vest of stable mutation. It's a leather vest fitted with a number of pockets that are useful for storing ingredients necessary for alchemical tinkering. The main ability is it lessens the debilitating effects of a mutagen. While under the effects of a type of mutagen, the wearer takes no mental ability penalties. But it is worth 20,000, so you can sell it for a pretty penny.
Well, thank you much.
The random ones are
Yes.
not always amazing. But certainly a good chunk of coin. All right. What do you guys say to each other as you're now kind of like upstairs here? Ohalia steps out and she's like, I must admit I'm quite impressed with how you all handle yourselves in battle.
Galatas and Valeros are scratching at bug bites, putting some ointment on. This place is not fun.
No, it doesn't look fun at all.
Well, I think this is the point where we search for clues in the library.
Give me a perception check. So, a lot of what's going on here is Emperor Taldaris' personal research. Specifically, the most notable things are these 5 kind of gold leaf bound notebooks that record Taldaris' exhaustive research as a petitioner to decipher the secrets written on his own body. So petitioners are basically like your spirit when you first get to the outer planes. And it's kind of a test for a lot of petitioners. They have this strange, archaic text all over them. And if petitioners, can overcome that, there's a chance that they become inevitables or axiomites. It would take probably a couple hours to go through all of his notes then. However, you do see that he has a tome that is magical in nature. It is labeled as a tome of leadership and influence, with his own personal notes in the columns, detailing how he thinks a ruler should act.
Sorry, Tome of Leadership and what?
Tome of leadership and influence.
What plus is it?
This is a +2. So basically, if you read it over the course of 48 hours, over a minimum of 6 days, you get +2 inherent bonus to your charisma score.
And after it's read once, its magic is lost, correct?
Correct.
Do you want it, Galatis, or can I have it?
Charisma is not my most important stat, and it is yours, so feel free.
Woohoo!
As you guys are going through his library, there doesn't seem to be a lot on why someone would take him. However, you guys hear a pounding, fist on the front door downstairs.
Can everyone hear that, or is that just my head?
Everyone can hear that, or it's in both of our heads.
This is Detective Lieutenant Phenelix. Open up and let us in.
Okay, well, I take these
We'll be
books,
right down.
put them in my pouch.
I'm going to see if I can get Seraph to heal us up before we go down.
Oh yeah, channel divinity, or not channel divinity. Channel whatever it is. Pretty sure it's 66 at this level.
Yeah, as you guys are like channeling spells, they're like, "We are coming in under suspicion of combat."
No suspicion necessary. There was combat.
I'm gonna gather you guys up.
Is everyone up to full?
How much? 14?
14. One more. 24. By the way, has the swarm disappeared or is it still there?
The swarm disappears after like another round.
Alright.
Alright. You come downstairs and are met. First thing that's noticeable, you guys, is you see more Zelikuts, the Inevitables designed as bounty hunters, the ones that you saw a few of back at the fort in the material plane. However, leading them is a being that is entirely different. This is the one that introduced themselves as Lieutenant Phenelix, looking almost elven in their presence. Their investigator's cloak, kind of like a detective jacket, at the ends of it begins to fade into calculations, formulae, and various runes. Probably my favorite art in the entire campaign.
Oh, wow.
So that's Poggers.
Yeah.
You guys would know that she is a Axiomite, one of the native outsiders to this plane.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Who are all of you? State your business. Our local police divinations picked up a powerful signature of some sort of ritualistic magic. Was that all you?
Nope. We might be victims of it, though.
Certainly victims.
Well, this is private property. Please explain what you are doing here.
We appeared here.
We were on a
Transported from our home plane.
Well, I will
We were
need
then
written statements from each of you. You see Ohalia kind of blanches at that. She's just like, this is a waste of time. We need to get out there and find Taldera. She's like, procedure must be followed. And he's like, you can see the...
How long of a writing do I need to do, and what type?
There's definitely some tension brewing here from the chaotic nature of Valkyries who are born in the Maelstrom and the pure law of an Axiomite.
I scribble down quickly two different accounts, one for Ohalia and one for me, and I pass them over her shoulder to the Axamine. Here you are, everything should be in order.
I cast the cantrip message and just write, was on material plane, now is here, very confused, and then assigned Blaze Cross.
I don't know about all this. There seems to be significant property damage in here.
Oh, it's all in there in my report. And hers.
This is remarkably well written. What are you, human? I can't tell.
We'll say yes.
Material plane. Tourists? Whatever.
Abductees.
Well,
I don't have a visa. Is that a problem?
You probably haven't had all your shots
appreciate
either.
that you're into the paperwork. Well, she
So what are you going to do?
the inevitable.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do about missing Taldaris?
Well, first she kind of waves off, seeming confident in her ability to take action if need be. Sends off the inevitables to go start kind of investigating the house. Taldaris, that is the... I guess that is the name on the mortgage of this house.
There's mortgages in the plane of law?
Of course, how else would you... Yes, of course. How else would you track what money is owed to the bank? Although it looks like his is mostly paid off. Taldaris, what was he? He seems to be some sort of...
Petitioner, formerly Emperor.
Oh, yes, I see here he has fully become an inevitable. Excellent work.
Oh, that's good.
Give me a moment. The inevitables kind of do a quick sweep of the house and come back and whisper things into her ear. She's like, give me a brief moment. She taps a badge on her chest here. Yes? Alright, the divination's in? Yep. Yes, there was some extra planar adventures here. I'm talking to them now. Yes, alright. Very well, I will confer with them. Well, I have bad news if you're here looking for Taldaris. There's no sign of him, states Lieutenant Phalanx, with a finality, as she kind of like pulls out of thin air a folder filled with like the reports of the diviners at the home base of her police station. It seems the preliminary divinations turned up several different results that were ultimately inconclusive, including the most consistent result that this Taldaris, in fact, does not exist. Does that sound right to you all?
No, he definitely exists.
I thought he might. Now, it's more common for petitioners than it is for full inevitables, but this result could happen under 4 main circumstances. She begins kind of like ticking off her fingers methodically. First, death scatters the outsider's essence back into Axis and destroys the creature's identity. The same is true for dissolution, the second option, which is when an outsider begins to permanently retire, giving up their lease on life. The latter is pretty common. Sayashato, that's the district we're in now, is famous for its ritual funerary professionals. Third, the alleged victim might be in a shielded area that thwarts divinations. Fourth, he's gone rogue and shields his identity. Now, a rogue inevitable is very rare. They are created here in Axis and are, as you imagine, quite lawful. But it could happen. In that case, expect your friend to be destroyed if we find him not refurbished. Sound good?
We understand.
So, we have a few possibilities. Either Taldaris doesn't want to be found, he was sequestered somewhere that's heavily shielded against our diviners, he died on his own, or this has now become a murder case. She seems, kind of rubs her hands excitedly.
What was the creature again, Ben? The eye thing?
Hyakume.
Hyakume. Hyakume. This thing.
Galatus does not like them.
We saw evidence of a Hyakume here, along with several other summoned creatures. We believe they've taken him.
You see her eyes like briefly become unfocused as she uses like some of her extensive knowledge, as you might imagine a Axiomite detective would have. Interesting. An aberration like that, it shouldn't reside here. Not in Axis. Ridiculous. But I sense you are telling the truth. Most disturbing. The Axiomat kind of leans back from it before continuing. There seems to be a lot of uncertainties here, which means my superiors assigned this as honestly a fairly low priority. Worse, our precinct is understaffed right now, thanks to a incursion from Maelstormers. She looks angrily at the Valkyrie, who have sabotaged districts 85, 141, 67, and 34. If you want to go through this proper channels, expect to wait for results. You see she taps her badge, which seems to be how she was communicating with base. It briefly, flashes gold and then turns off. And she's like, listen. Off the record. Thing is that I think there's more to this case. The pieces don't really add up. I just don't have the capacity to investigate it full time. There's not enough evidence to warrant more resources, and we lack the personal effects to run a proper divination regimen. She pulls out a short stack of paperwork and sets it in front of you guys. Fortunately, most districts allow a recourse in this situation. Anyone who feels inadequately served by local law enforcement can petition for a legal pursuit to be served. Basically, a writ that would allow someone in good standing to investigate a grievance independently. It's pretty rare, but I think you're onto something here.
Let me take a look at this.
Give me a linguistic check as you go through the bureaucracy. Or the
36.
36? Okay. It seems that the paperwork Lieutenant Fanelix is giving you is pretty much what she's saying. This document would identify you all as concerned entities investigating a grievance for later arbitration by a district representative. It doesn't provide you guys any special immunity in performing criminal acts. It doesn't really make you a cop. Nor does it serve as a universal warrant for you guys to enter any building. It lets you investigate essentially, but you are still expected to act as a law-abiding person within Sayashato, which is this local district. And you must kind of respect their local laws. Should at least give you some kind of soothe your consciousness that you do have at least a little bit of authority to operate in the cosmos's most lawful realm. I was wondering, you all were part of. You said that the ritual we detected, you all were taken here against your will, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is there any sort of victim compensation fund available?
Well,
or counseling?
You should have to submit some forms, potentially if this was a result of an axiomite or inevitable intervention on the material plane, that would, violate some cross-planar laws, which might entitle you to financial compensation. But that'll take a few days to sort out. I wondered, though, could you all perhaps fill me in on the vision as you were transported here? I saw some of that was in Mr. Phineas O'Gare's paper. You guys can basically, you don't remember exactly what it was 2 weeks ago, but you guys kind of fill her in on the various bits. I'm going to put that in our Discord. You guys can basically ask her any questions that you might have about the vision, about any details. Sorry, there's two halves to it. I'm pasting the second half right now. For example, you might want to ask about the weird constellation you saw, or the skeleton in the vision, things like that. Does anything particularly pop out at you?
Yeah, the constellation, the stars turned into a person.
I can certainly help. I can help you on the constellation necessarily, but I would recommend searching for Nabil They're local scholars specializing in astronomy. They live here in Sayashato. So they kind of give you that information on Nabil, a local astronomer. Just J.G. Wentworth. Yeah, for sure. This is where J.G. Wentworth would end up. Anything else jump out at you guys?
Who would the overseer be?
The overseer, that is quite interesting. To me, it sounds as if the overseer might be that Hayakuma. If those different eyes, kind of the constellation formed into eyes into a person, perhaps the Hayakuma is in charge of some sort of cell of operatives. They certainly
So that would be
their draining memory abilities, and they're rather formidable hand-to-hand combat skills. I imagine they would make a pretty capable leader.
So would that be the flabby purple hand with a yellow eye in its palm?
It could very well be so. They do have eyes typically scattered all over their bodies, not just in their kind of necklace head region.
Tell me, are you familiar with the Immaculate Circle?
I must admit that I am not. Tell me more. I'm intrigued. Where's the Immaculate Circle?
It's a group of sorcerous individuals. I'm just considering whether or not they might be involved.
They were attempting to interfere with affairs on the material plane.
Well, that sounds ghastly, but I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that. Is there anything else? I have at least one more note if you don't have anything more.
Let's see. A man with diving.
A man, the machine man?
Yeah.
I would imagine that that is likely Taldaris himself. If this ritual is meant to gather Taldaris' spirit anyway, he did become an inevitable. Many inevitables are kind of armored automatons. They are almost constructs mixed with outsiders. So that could very well be Taldaris.
And the guy with the spear?
So the machine man class spear is like, okay. So so she's like, yes, the spear wielder, the tattooed man. What's interesting is that description does match a lot of petitioners on Axis, those who have been judged by Pharasma and sent here. If they can decipher the writing, there's a chance to become an Axiomite like myself, or an inevitable like Taldaris. But the way you describe his tattoos... she's gonna make a roll here. Not all of those are the type of writing that is appearing on a petitioner. It looks like someone added more writing onto the spirit. At least that's what it sounds like, which I don't know what would even begin to be the purpose of that.
Strange. What about the...
craft drawing? I mean,
24.
that's a pretty accurate production of that. She reads over it and looks at it. It's very much like kind of like an Axiomite script, as is like the almost the plane itself imposing stuff on them. She's like, the other writing on this petitioner you've drawn. First of all, strange that an Axiomite petitioner would even attack. A petitioner that is in Axis is a soul that was judged by Phantasma herself to be lawful, not violent. But the rest is... I don't know how to say it. It's secrets. It's a list of secrets. Nothing too crazy, but various secrets about different inevitables and also mortals on the material plane. I don't...
It's the goal of a petitioner to figure out their secrets on their body, right?
Not secrets. There's various planar writing on a petitioner that when they solve that, that's also what was in Taldaris' diaries as well, as how he solved it. When they solve it, they become either an inevitable or an axiomite, depending on their proclivities. These secrets, that was added not by the plane of Axis.
Are petitioners like specifically driven to solve whatever on their body, or is it just do they have will to figure it out or not?
They don't have to. They could just enjoy the afterlife in Axis, being the eternal city is probably somewhere that a lawful dead person would quite enjoy living in. But those who kind of want to transcend and become part of the fabric of the plane would likely be motivated to become, to solve those things in their mind. But this is what I'm saying. I don't understand why a petitioner from Axis would act like this. That's what's confusing me.
There was a skeleton and a four-pointed crown that turned into obelisks in a cemetery.
A skeleton? I saw that, but are you sure it wasn't artwork of a skeleton? It was a skeleton. It doesn't make sense. This is an outer plane. Things here don't really have skeletons. When an outsider dies, their essence returns to the plane they're in and revitalizes it. Even petitioners don't have skeletons. The undead are... Almost no one in Axis controls undead, particularly in the Saishato district. Perhaps you should ask around the district about perhaps some non-undead entities who resemble skeletons.
And the crown and the obelisk in the cemetery?
I thought about that one. I will say, this district does have one of the few cemeteries in this quadrant of the Eternal City. I could provide you directions. Maybe able to find more there?
Oh, that would be helpful. There was a specific blank gravestone.
The caretakers there might know more. Finally, she again reaches into midair and pulls something out. She's like, yes, sorry, I was getting a note from the main office. They want me to check in, but before I do, might I recommend an investigator's tip? Detective to detectives. She kind of hesitates before saying it. Check in with the local mail office. They should be able to tell you whether Taldaris has received anything lately. And, well, you saw that letter with the weird watchful eye on it. Check there. Perhaps you might be able to find out who he was communicating with, or if he has received any other letters. If you guys don't have any more questions for us, you can tell you guys one last thing, and then go on.
I'm good. I don't got any more questions.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Where can we call upon you if we have further questions?
You can go to the local precinct. It's actually near Post Station 7, which is where y'all are headed. I just she strokes her chin. You see the coattails of her jacket kind of rapidly going through formulas. You can almost see her brain working along the edge of her coat. It's just the timing here is just too convenient. The only local group that could overturn my superiors and assign this case more resources is the district council. And one of the members just retired all of a sudden. Too suddenly, if you ask me. Former Councillor Eopol has been holed up ever since.
Did they put in their 2 weeks?
They didn't, actually, and they really should have. It's very impolite. You should always put in 2 weeks. But they've just been holed up in their house ever since. Perhaps stop by Councillor Eopol's residence, convey my positive regards, and encourage him to run for another office. He was quite a good politician, if I'm being honest. But she gives you directions to Eopol's home as well, and wishes you guys best of luck. Listen, I know we don't get along, and I insulted Maelstromers earlier, but I would appreciate it, Miss O'Holly, if you came in, we could learn more about how Taldaris got in this situation. O'Holly is very well, I accept. Heroes. She kind of slams her spear against the ground, glows like bright white energy. Should you die on the field of battle, I will endeavor to save you, so you may fight with me for all eternity.
I'd prefer if you didn't do that.
Haha! That's what they all say. But I know deep down you wish it. And she walks away. A kind of sprawling portal opens in midair, and the outsiders kind of just step through.
What about Friday night? I mean, does it have to be for all eternity? Can we do like a...
The inevitable
Do I have
step back out
in?
and just like look around and they vanish as well. They're like, oh, okay, they're gone.
So this is our house now. This is what I believe that's how that works.
Oh, we already have a house. You don't need two.
Galaxus is going to excuse
Maybe
himself.
we should wait till he pays off his mortgage, Seraph says, and maybe we can just take the house.
Well, I was
Galaxus is going to go use the lawful bathroom.
It like the water, not like the southern or northern hemisphere. The water doesn't swirl in different directions. It just like goes straight down. It's perfectly balanced. All right, so give me one moment here. I'm gonna pop you guys over to a different map. This is the district of Sayashita.
Wait, why do they need wheat fields? Don't like.
They're one of the primary places to produce food. Well, inevitables don't, but the regular souls who live here want food. They also
What loser?
ship to other planes. Alright, I'm going to reveal the tokens here, so you guys can kind of get a layout of the map. Whoops, didn't do number one.
Galatus did.
The Galatus did, yes. Alright, so where are you guys kind of intending to go first? What are you guys looking for?
I'd like to go to the post central number 7, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay, it's going to be over here.
Sure.
The city. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong airplane. That is number 6 over here.
And it's not
the city center. Alright.
Where are we currently?
You guys are kind of in the suburb area, which is this whole, there's several sections of suburbs. There's a whole, ordered rows of houses up here.
Mm-hmm.
He was up that way, kind of north of the city, so you guys are kind of making your way down south into the district of Sayashito proper. The whole thing here, that the scale here is 1 inch on this map, is about 2,000 feet.
Let's cross the park as we go.
Okay, going through the park. There's Onagrave Memorial Park. As you guys are moving through Sayashato, go ahead. You guys can make a diplomacy check. If you want to spend 1d4 plus 1 hours, you can make a diplomacy check or knowledge local to gather information. Okay, and we will super score this. So whatever the highest one reached, because the more you exceed the DC, the more info you're gonna get. So currently you're up to a 42. Never mind, 4 goes 65.
I'll use a bit of luck on
67.
I'll use a bit of luck on myself so I can roll again.
Well, that was perception, right?
Yeah, I figured I could use perception for City Whispers.
You can do City Whisper.
I did get a nat 20.
Alright, so you guys are going to get some various information. This is basically a lot of opportunity to speak to its inhabitants of the city, learn more about the district, and you gathers a lot of information about this whole situation. Number 1. Taldaris was an active member of the community while he was a petitioner, having served in several elected and volunteer roles as a noteworthy leader. When he deciphered his personal script, he entered the Adamantine Crucible, which is where inevitables are formed, and he became an Imperiot, which is a relatively powerful form of inevitable. He did continue to visit the community with some frequency after that, and did maintain his residence, but it was rarely used. Now, nobody has seen Taldaris around for numerous election cycles. Each election cycle is 2,000 days. Although he had disappeared for several long services in mortal realms. This latest stint more than doubles the longest time he's been gone. You also hear that a swarm of cockatiels, known as the Crown Top Coup, has become a local nuisance. Their ongoing harassment and petty thefts are causing local authorities to loosen restrictions on citizens' methods of defense of themselves and their property. Ilkeston, a neighboring district, has experienced some difficulties with its sewers, particularly a series of clogging incidents that have caused foul overflows to seep into the lower-lying streets or into the canals. Repairs have been slow going. Finally, the latest census report shows that the petitioner population has gradually declined over the past few election cycles. Although this is partly due to emigration to other districts in Axis and the natural transformation into inevitables, there has been an ongoing rash of murders across the 55th district. Investigators are hard at work to catch the culprit and protect the Eternal City's citizens. That is kind of the information you guys gather from that.
Okay. This strange place. It's not as foreign as I would have thought.
All right.
So you die, you come here, you get murdered here. Where do you go?
Good.
Where do you go from here?
Guys, here you're done.
If you die in Axis, you die in real life.
All right. So from here, you said you wanted to go to the post office?
Yep.
Time to go do our postal services.
Alright, so that is the mail fraud. Give me 1 moment. There's a lot of different paths you guys can take in this one. Hold on, that's not right. Okay. So, you guys head over to Post Station number 7, which is the central post office serving the greater 55th District Division, to which Sayashuto belongs. The building is immense, employs hundreds of analysts, clerks, delivery people, sorters, and more, primarily functioning during daylight hours, which it currently is, but a smaller crew does handle emergency business at night. As you guys kind of approach the front desk here, what do you do?
Excuse me, we're investigating and we need to know if Taldaris was corresponding with anyone. Would you have that information?
Taldaris, give me a moment. Flicks through some files. And might I ask, what your authority is here to look into?
I let Phineas show them the documents.
We have these papers from the local precinct.
Oh yes, a legal pursuit visa. Very well, very well. If you all could wait about just a couple of hours, it won't take too long. You can speak to my manager.
Okay. I'm going to use perception to see if I can notice anything going on here.
Seems to be a very well functioning area.
So the 2 hours is just to talk to his supervisor, right? It's not like we're actually waiting for them to do anything in our request.
No, he just needs to. He's waiting for the supervisor to come out.
You know, he was a very important man around here, and many people are missing him. He's been taken by some really, really horrible people. If we could talk to your supervisor sooner, that would be very helpful.
Regrettably, I can't make that happen, but you're welcome to try to talk to some of the other staff while you wait.
Well, maybe some diplomacy gather information among the staff.
Yeah, so this won't be less of a gather information check, but you can just make a straight diplomacy, intimidate, or sense motive check as you talk to the male servers.
45.
Doing this though is it's gonna take those full hours here. This whole section of the book might take like several days in game time as you go through your reads.
Actually, I won't make a diplomacy. I'll read my first little passage of the Tome of Leadership and Influence.
After all you guys talking to them for a while, you kind of ask questions about Taldaris. They're like, did any of the letters looking for have any special seal on it? Any like different colored waxes or anything?
Yeah, Phineas, you want to draw them a picture of the seal?
Yeah. A seal like that. Well, you start to get the same story. That's a perfect reproduction of it. You start to get the same story from a lot of different mail carriers and sorters, which is that none of them knowingly handled any letters bearing like the yellow seal with that watchful eye. And yet, more than a dozen of the mail carriers you talk to remember delivering such letters, which they found among their other missives in their pre-packed bags. So the way this works, like, the sorters pre-pack their mail bags, and a lot of the carriers here are like, oh yeah, I delivered a letter like that. All of the sorters are like, we didn't put any letters like that in the bags.
Interesting. How hard would it be for someone to slip an extra letter into one of the bags?
I would say this would be a knowledge planes check, unless anyone has any applicable professions that would work in a post office.
I'm just going to ask them.
They tell like, it couldn't happen. We're the perfect bureaucracy.
28.
It would be very hard. You would have to be... This is not something an outsider could do. It would have to be someone working in the post office. Like, in the whole, like... This whole post office.
So I put up discern lies, or discern truths, whichever way, and then I start going around and asking people if they might have put those letters in there.
And I'm going to go with him and use my sense motive to see what's going on.
Alright, give me 1 second.
So DC 22 for the discern lies.
So you do this on like as many people as you can find. and they all seem to be on the up and up. However, after a few hours of asking around both the mail carriers, the sorters, and doing this, the initial person, the front desk clerk, is like, Postmaster Res Shotpal, he's not here. He should be here.
And I imagine this is the first time this has happened?
It shouldn't happen. It doesn't happen usually. No, of course not.
Maybe you could give us his address and we could go and see if we can locate him.
Well, sure. I think we just, you just missed him, really, but one of our delivery dragons just left that way.
Is there any way to get there besides a delivery dragon? Or can you call the dragon back? Or I'm not sure how that helps us.
Well, give me a sense motive check on him, as he's kind of like babbling. He has something he wants to tell you, but is nervous as fuck.
Well, I can use diplomacy to improve his attitude.
I can also use diplomacy to improve his attitude. No, I can't.
Come on, you can tell us. All we want is to help him out.
Look, this is awkward. It seems that the dragon, Eon Trapidus, is a young vortex dragon. Very trustworthy, makes long-distance deliveries. It seems he took a lot of files with him. A lot of files detailing the past few decades of information. Business dealings in this building.
That seems problematic.
How fast does he fly?
I'm sure there's a good reason for it. He flies quite fast.
Like, how many feet per 6 seconds? I know it's a weird measurement, it's just easier for me to work in.
Hold on. He pulls out like an abacus from behind the fucking counter. Yes, let's see, carry the one. Yeah, okay. Average vortex dragon. Perhaps 80 feet every 6 seconds?
Oh, that's small peas. Yeah, I can fly that fast. Well, should we get after it? I mean,
Yeah, let's do that.
all right. What's the exact direction where it's going currently, and how long ago did it leave?
About an hour ago. It flew. Yes, while you guys were here, it actually left. Yeah. But what's interesting is when it flew south. I don't know. Maybe the postmaster went with him because that's the direction of the postmaster's home.
Okay, but all right.
I can
well,
get access to his home.
That'd be great.
Alright.
I'm going to summon my phantom chariot and have that go in direction. Everyone should be able to climb on it, and it now has a flying speed of 100 feet.
Oh, you guys take off in this fucking badass flying chariot towards the location.
I really wish this thing was more combat effective, or I would ride it everywhere.
Jesus. Alright.
You could create a new spell, Combat Chariot.
So you guys, begin flying. You find the house relatively easy. It's a bit of theater of the mind here. Give me a perception check as you approach the house. Also, if anyone wants to, they can make a knowledge planes check. Or sorry, knowledge arcana check to know more about vortex dragons. Okay, 38. Okay.
42 for me.
42.
I don't
Nice
know about
net
dragons.
So we're gonna start with the arcana. This is a type of outer dragons that typically live in the outer planes, not the material or the inner planes. Vortex dragons are the undisputed masters of travel across galaxies, serving as messengers and observers between the greatest outer dragons and godlike entities in the great beyond, which is the outer planes where you guys are. You would also know that essentially, their fire breath also acts as a black hole.
That's very
So
cool.
when they breathe
Yes.
fire, there's a chance that it sucks you back towards it, and then it would do like the swallow whole action on you.
It's very interesting.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh yeah.
As you all approach, you see the house is more of a single-story like bungalow, with wide doors, a broad porch, and a chimney belching a consistent plume of smoke. The curtains are drawn, and the strong wooden doors appear to be locked. Are you guys trying to like go in quietly, or how are you guys advancing?
Well,
Banging on the door.
we don't have a warrant, right?
You do not have a warrant.
I
Banging
knock on the door.
Yeah.
Authoritatively.
Yeah.
Go away! You see one of the curtains gets pulled back briefly, and you see this creature is standing inside.
I'm going to speak Draconic to it. We're currently investigating Tiberius. That was his name, right?
Taldaris.
And Taldaris. We're currently investigating Taldaris and his disappearance. We kind of need to come in if that's okay with you.
No, I think that's all right. I'm just going to finish delivering the mail.
Wait, are you even the owner of this house?
Give me a sense motive check.
I can't. Motive.
Does that include people who don't speak dragon?
I speak dragon.
If you speak dragon, Draconic, you may make the check.
Oh, great. That means my mom can help me. What's it?
This thing is
5?
about to kick down the door and breathe fire on you guys.
Guys,
Real quick, I'm going to cast resist energy on all of us.
Okay.
I cast greater invisibility on myself.
Everybody seems to be preparing for combat.
I'm going to whisper over
I'm
to
actually
everyone.
just gonna copy you
He's
guys
gonna-
over.
He's gonna break the door down and breathe fire on us.
We're going to do this in our suburb map. And drop you guys here. So can you guys see right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, excellent. Vortex Dragon.
Very cool. Very epic.
Just kind of shift you guys so you're actually on a square.
Mm-hmm.
It is not gonna get a jump on you though. As Phineas is just like, get down.
Get down!
Oh, can I have Galatus too, please?
Did I not copy
Yeah.
Galactus?
Yep, no
I think he was
Galatas.
in the restroom.
Yeah,
How did I miss Galactus?
people in restrooms don't get to participate in combat.
That's fine. Leave me there. You guys have fun with the dragon.
Oh, it's it's because when I grouped you guys up last time, I thought Galactus went to the toilet as a joke. I forgot to copy you over from that. Alright, hold on. I'll put you back down.
That wasn't a joke. He had to go.
It's fair.
Yep.
Alright, let's see how the young Vortex Dragon does.
Oh yeah, I need to roll for initiative.
So, do we have time to get spells off before initiative or no?
No. And you're gonna not want
Okay.
to waste any time for other reasons as well. Because you're gonna make another perception check now that he's kicked the door open to see what's going on inside. Once it's your turn.
Oops.
Is everybody in?
No.
People aren't in.
Oh goodness, I forgot to clear the order. That's fine. Okay, so.
Oh,
Alex
goodness.
is 25. That's fine. The middle one's 27.
Yep, my real one is 27.
All right.
Wouldn't my real be 27?
Sven, what was your one?
23.
Phineas, your real one is 6.
Yeah, because
Haha, low initiative.
Phineas has low initiative.
Okay, that is the real order then. Okay, so Blaze and Argonauts first. Give me a perception check as you look past him.
Cool. Perception. That's a 21. And my mom will make one, and it probably won't be great. It's better than mine. 22.
All right. The chimney is smoking because there's a pile of papers burning.
Nothing a little mending can't fix.
Mending can't fix ash. Blaze, what do you do?
Alright, so, inside. Wait, the chimney's smoking, right?
Yeah.
How tall up is the chimney?
12 feet.
Wonderful! Alright, so first thing first, I'm going to drop haste on the party, good old haste. And then I am going to fly up, over, and into the chimney.
Alright. It's just regular fire, so you should be pretty immune to the damage from it.
Yeah.
What's your
And
fly
then, if I am casting haste on myself, 90 feet.
Okay, you can get down the chimney and pull everything out.
I will do so.
Alright, Galtus. Alright, yeah, go ahead.
So, can I tell what his intentions are? Is he planning to fly away? Is he going to attack us after? Well, I assume he's going to breathe on us first.
Well, first things first, the knowledge arcana checks earlier. Vortex dragons are lawful neutral. Or true neutral sometimes. Sorry. This thing shouldn't be attacking anybody right now.
Okay.
But it does seem like it is going to keep attacking you, yeah. Oh, sorry, Sven, I gotta, add you back in, because I was using your thing from last time. Hold on.
Alright, so Galatus is going to cast Battle Mind Link and move there, and Valeros is going to move there and attack.
Alright, go for your attacks.
Dang.
Holy
Oh wait, I forgot to act as Seraph. Seraph cast Blessing of Fervor and back here.
Valid. Blessing goes off. I assume you'll use that one for Valeros as well?
No, he cast a spell and then moved.
Oh, okay. So just Valeros gets the crit there. Okay. Okay. Dragon is still up, but that looks like it pretty badly damaged it. Sven.
Okay, so clearly everyone's... Sven's in a glow. No, actually...
Given the type of dragon this is, if anybody's got dimensional anchor, that might be handy.
Yeah. So Jessica's gonna run over here. And Sven's gonna cast Dimensional Anchor on the dragon.
Okay. Is Dimensional Anchor? Is there a save on Dimensional Anchor?
There should be, right?
One second.
That there
I
was.
want to say it's a will save. But I could be wrong.
What kind of GM is wrong? Come on, Ben.
Sorry. Sorry, I don't know the 10 years of lore of this fucking game. I mean, he almost certainly fails anyway. He rolled like a 3.
Yeah, there is no save.
Oh, no save. All right, well, then he's angry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a touch attack.
It is, yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, make a ranged touch attack. I mean, he's a big fucking boy. His touch AC is pretty low.
Yeah.
So almost certainly. Yeah, you're totally fine. All right, so he is gonna breathe out a cone. Which way would be better? All right, he's gonna get Seraph and Galatus. Let me double check how his cone works. Okay. So, both of you guys need to make a reflex save. Seraph and Galatus.
Yikes, that's the one I'm bad at. 16.
Okay. Galatus, you're gonna take half of this damage and nothing else is gonna happen to you. Okay, so okay. Galatus is gonna take 16.
What type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Oh, okay.
I read it wrong. It's not actually like fire. It's literally like black hole breath. So it's like,
Gotcha.
it's like fucking gravity.
The suck breath.
All right. So how much was mine again? Sorry.
It's 32 for Seraph, 16 for you.
Okay.
Seraph also is sucked into its mouth.
Yummy.
And is swallowed whole.
That is a bad idea.
So you're just inside the dragon right now, Seraph.
Cool. Put me in that corner tile, baby.
Yep. It's like all of you leave. Phineas.
I take a 5-foot step, I study the target, and then I use Calcific Touch and punch it. Assuming that hits.
Does hit.
So it needs to make a DC Fortitude or DC 21 Fortitude save.
21. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 20. It's fail.
So it is slowed and it takes a D4 dexterity damage. So 3 dex damage.
6 damage. It's in a slow condition. Put a little snail token on him. Alright, Blaze. You have salvaged the paper.
Woohoo!
Or at least most of it.
With the paper salvaged, Blaze is gonna fly out of the chimney, fly on over, and cast that good old disintegrate.
Okay. Got a 23 on the fortitude save.
Hurrah! It fails.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
That is 107 damage.
Alright, as the dragon disappears, turning to dust, something hops out of it.
Well, Seraph, but
Seraph as well. But so does this.
it's an intellect devourer. Cool. Is it an intellect devourer? It looks like one.
It is one.
Cool.
No. Like you see, like looking around desperately. It's going to roll into initiative. Okay. Galatus.
No, I still
You
do
need
it,
to
sir.
make a knowledge
Seraph has a turn.
engineering check to know about intellect powers.
Seraph has a turn.
Oh, sorry, Seraph as well. Go ahead.
She's going to do Cold Eye Strike on it. It needs to make a reflex save.
Okay. It's a nat 20 for 28.
Nuts. Alright. It still takes 22 damage, though, and it also... I will bestow Curse it.
Okay.
So that needs to make a will save.
Alright. Will save. That's gonna be 27.
Nuts! This keeps happening. Alright. So that's their turn.
Alright, Galatus.
So Galatus is, well, he and Valeros are combined now. So Valeros is going to move there, and he's going to do his. Oh, well, they both full attack, and the mind thing won't help. So, So Galatus is going to Bane, and with flanking, he can get his studied target on. So he's going to do both of those.
Okay.
Then Valeros is going to do those.
Alright, this thing is not looking good. Sven?
It's still up.
It's still
We didn't-
barely up. This thing has a
Darn.
lot of class levels, as well as being intellect.
Alrighty. Range touch attack on the Devourer.
Range touch. That is just barely going to beat its touch AC.
Awesome.
And is this the doll doing it?
It is, yes.
Okay, this is probably the first time I've actually been in a position to see what you're doing.
Yeah, from that angle, I think you'd be able to definitely see the doll doing some fucking shenanigans.
25 lightning damage.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I saw that.
And not one on the save.
so he has 20% mischance for next round.
Alright. What is he gonna try here?
Something I can parry.
Potentially.
Do it.
Okay, can't do that on me right now. Alright. Not doing good. Okay. So it is gonna look around in a bit of a panic. As much as a faceless brain can look panicked.
I can see the fear coursing through you.
Of course, in gray matter.
It's just like, give me a sense motive check, Phineas, because you're up next. As it's just kind of like hyperventilating and panting. It looks like it wants to give up and not die, but is scared to do that.
Come on, just give up. It'll be alright. We won't hurt you. We just want to know what's going on.
Surrender your will to Phineas.
Give me a
Phineas
check.
will.
Also, I have a question. If the Gishfit eats the dust of something that I disintegrated, will it gain its memories?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so it is going to try and say something here.
It can talk?
You guys all hear in your minds. I did what I was told. I was part of the conspiracy. I took over postal workers and maintained the facade that Taldaris was alive but away on business. And it was all... You see it split apart, an eyeball shoots out of its body and flies into the sky.
He's not just the overseer, he's the inner seer.
Can I lightning bolt the eyeball?
Oh, yeah, I'll say you try to make a shot at it as it flies away.
Ooh, can I get an attack of opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
So we need a reflex save for the lightning bolt.
We'll make a spell resistance check as well. Okay, that's gonna hit on a crit. Not enough to get through spell resistance. The lightning does nothing, but Galatus and Galatus and Valorous just stab it from either side, almost at the it's almost too late. But just over their heads, they pierce it and it kind of dissolves into goo.
High five.
Well, I was hoping for something evidentiary, but
Goo.
the brain.
Alright, well, let's go search this house and see what Blaze...
By the way, I collected the papers.
I hope that was what you were doing when you flew down the chimney.
Ben, can I touch the brain and turn it into stone?
Yeah.
Ew, don't touch the brain!
The brain calcifies and stuff.
Okay, I pick it up and put it in my bag as evidence.
Okay. It is small size, so it's not that big. Small size is pretty easy to carry. Alright. So first of all, inside, you also find the dead body of the postmaster.
Oh, poor guy.
Aw. Sex
Wait,
for him.
He didn't evaporate or anything? He's actually a dead body there?
He's fully, yes, because he was still a petitioner. They, I guess, do still have dead bodies. I guess I was wrong with that.
Alright.
Wonderful. Speak with Ted.
His head is exploded. This thing literally crawled out of his head.
Mending?
No.
It just says a corpse. It doesn't have to be a full corpse.
Speak with Dead doesn't work if you don't have the job. And he has...
I use restore corpse.
Do you have Restore Corpse?
I do have restore corpse.
Okay. You cast Restore Corpse on him.
And then speak with Ted. Woohoo.
This thing's body kind of lurches around a little bit. It's just like, what are your questions?
Someone else ask him because I'm bad at asking questions.
I look to Phineas.
What did the brain have you do?
It had me collect decades of stolen missives, false identities, and written instructions.
How did the brain get you?
To my office. I was asleep. I woke up. Last thought was the burning feeling in the back of my skull as it crawled inside.
You see, this is why I don't sleep.
Yeah, I may not ever again either. Who created these documents?
These documents, they are mainly letters ensuring Tessemene doesn't win, or that Tessemene does win the upcoming election.
Is this a name we've heard before?
Yeah, it is not. Semite. I think it's anti-disseminate.
I'm not sure what else to ask.
I thought Galactus was that already.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know where Taldor is? Not Taldor, the name of the guy. Sorry. My brain just went blank.
Calderis?
Taldaris.
All of it. It says that Taldaris has been gone for so long. It's all been fake. His involvement with the community is all fake.
Is he really an Axiomite?
He's an inevitable, yes. But they've been acting for him, it looks like. Is that all your questions?
We have 6, and that was 4, correct?
It
So we have 2
is.
more.
That was 4.
Do you know who the Brain Superior was?
Do you
Luck in
know,
your future endeavors.
do you know why you would be targeted?
Probably from his position in the postal service.
Valeros, give me a hand. I want to prop him up in like a resolute postal master stance. And then I turn him into a statue.
Okay.
You guys can just take money and do that. You turn him into a statue. It's the fucking. Oh, God.
So he will never be forgotten. Look, this is a perfect statue for the building now. Resolute postmaster.
I'm glad you did restore corpse before you did
Yeah,
that.
me too. I was about to say, like, oh, God, there's like a fucking headless statue.
What? Do you think it would look better without the head? I can take that off.
No.
No. If you're going to do that, it'd have to be preserved in, like, the scene of it exploding, And that'd be kind of hard to do to make into a set.
Well, we'll have to practice. You explode heads, I'll try to turn it into a rock just as it happens.
Got it.
Awful, thank you.
Jessica walks over and properly makes it a sculpture
No, there you go. That's a help.
with craft sculpture.
Well, if the rest of you are done messing with this poor guy's corpse,
You do see that he has left behind a sword, a scimitar.
Ooh, full sword.
Give me a knowledge, or sorry, a spellcraft check.
You got it. Nat 20.
Oh, god damn it.
Holy fuck. It's a sword. It's a sword, or in this case, a scimitar of the planes. Basically, when it's on different planes, it gets more and more magical. If it's on any other plane beside, I'll just put it in. Basically, on this plane, it'd be like a +4 longsword, or scimitar in this case.
Oh, cool.
Just a sword that's good for people traveling the planes. So you guys got some information here. But
yeah,
still have some other leads as well. What are you looking at? What are you gonna do?
we haven't looked through the papers yet.
With the raising the dead, he pretty much saved you a lot of hours of looking through the papers.
Okay. So I think we should find out.
The same information.
Got it. I think we should find out a bit more about this Semite person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
More about this Jewish person.
It's not, no. you can make a knowledge local check or diplomacy check to gather information about this person.
What was the roll so you can make? Sorry, I was kind of blanked out there for a sec.
Diplomacy or local?
You got it.
Tessamani is a Medusa. She is
Cool.
very well renowned for just being like such a kind leader, and is running, for one of the seats as a counselor of the gates. Tessamani immigrated to Axis about 4 years ago. Now owns a successful landscaping business.
Well, good for them.
Possible value could this council member position have to make it be worth all this? I mean, this is how long?
It's a pretty powerful council. Decides like all the local business. This is also the council where the one that the detective mentioned to you guys.
Yeah.
Where Eopol like left suddenly. Now Tessamani's running for it.
All right. Well, we should probably go and talk to this Eopol person.
Okay.
They're still alive. Anyways, to the chariot, and I'll summon the chariot.
Is it okay if we do our second break here real quick?
Yeah, we went a little bit long there for a second. Yeah, we can do our 5-minute break here. Let's go do it. We shall be back. And I'll take Alright, let's go back.
Can I create a new spell called Phantom War Chariot?
No. Although there are spell creation rules in Ultimate Magic.
Oh, cool.
I
I'll go look at those if you allow me to.
I will vet it, but we'll see. Alright. So first of all, while we're on break, I realized I forgot to give you guys the XP for successfully negotiating and becoming investigators in Axis. Everyone's gonna get 25,600. For our XP. Alright, and then where you guys wanted to go to Eopol's house next, right?
Any more XP for the dragon,
Dragon.
intellect devour?
Oh yes, for them as well. So he was add them together because technically they are two monsters. Alright, first is you don't know his name, but the intellect devourer plus a little bitty vortex dragon. Everyone's gonna get 12,000 exactly.
Cool.
So 12,000.
Alrighty.
Ignore my GM rules for knowledge level. It doesn't matter. Okay. Cool. Alright. So this brings us to the first lead. So each of Sayishto's election cycles lasts 2,000 days. So it shocked the local community when Eopol, a male petitioner, resigned with almost no explanation only 340 days into his 2,000-day term as a Counselor of the Gates. He's been restricted to his home for several weeks, and most people are convinced he's not going to reconsider the position, which is why they're holding this kind of interim election.
Does anybody think he's dead?
No one seems to think he's dead.
Or
Are you sure? Nobody?
a brain parasite, maybe?
I mean, maybe you guys suspect it, but the crowd at large doesn't seem to think so.
Has anybody seen him recently?
Well, that's just a lack of imagination on their part.
No one has seen him recently. He's been a recluse in his house.
He's been a spider?
No, not a brown recluse.
Just a regular recluse.
Alright, let's go to his house then.
Phantom Chariot. Away!
Alright. So you go to the door, and do you guys knock, or are you trying to, sneak into his house? What's the plan?
Nope, you're knocking.
Okay. In that case, you're met with a male petitioner, kind of this almost just human-looking guy, but with that same spidery script all over him from being put into Axis by Pharasma. Yes, who is it?
We're investigating some irregularities. Are you Eobold? Is that his name?
Eopol.
Eopold.
I am Eopol, yes.
Yes, we'd like you to tell us why you resigned your position on the council. And I'm sensing motive in detecting lies.
Okay.
And I'm detecting minds to see if there's two minds there.
Is that a spell? Do you have detect minds?
No, I'll just detect thoughts.
There's so many spells, man, and that could absolutely be. He's just like,
Yes?
I don't know that I should tell you. I don't really know who you are.
What does he want? Some diplomacy or something? Is that what
give
he
me an
said?
intelligence check. You'd also know that the detective did say you guys should convey my positive regards and encourage him to run for office.
Lieutenant Fanalex sends her warmest regards.
Thank you.
I think she said fond.
All right. Look, I received a letter. This letter. He reaches like kind of behind the door and pulls out a letter on yellow paper with a wax seal of an eye broken across the open part.
Mm-hmm.
It said.
Was it threatening?
It threatened the lives of many of my local friends unless I either quietly complied or resigned without comment.
And you decided that was the safest course of action?
Yes, well, they were offering immoral offers of money and trying to get me to vote a certain way. I refused, and then the threats came.
That's how they work. We've seen it before.
Yes, I don't even know why I kept the letter, honestly.
Can we take that?
Sure. He hands it to you. Give me a perception check as he gives you the letter. Phineas, there's a magical trap on this letter. If you open it.
I will cast Hermione Potential and then disable it.
Okay. Okay, you are able to successfully disable it. It wasn't that high a DC of a trap. In disable it, I'm gonna say that you do kind of figure out what it was. This would have caused a sort of psychic backlash in like the next person to read it besides Eopol. Would have done a D10 charisma damage, and then the letter would have erased itself.
Well, isn't that tricky? I don't know who this is, but I really admire their work.
So what does the letter say?
A lot of similar stuff. The letter's basically just like, either you start complying or we're gonna kill like XYZ people that are in your friend group.
Got it.
Or you resign without saying why and just leave.
All right. So if we were able to remove the threat, would you retake your position on the council?
Perhaps, but listen, be careful. Most district policies require a majority vote, and others even require a unanimous council vote, so I don't know what other councilors could be under the coercion of these people.
Yes, that is something to think about. Perhaps we need to visit the rest of them.
I don't know what they hope to gain. If the only person really running unopposed right now for my seat is the immigrant Samony, the Medusa. She seems like a good person. She doesn't seem like a blackmailer.
Yeah, it is interesting that way, isn't it? Someone's working behind the scenes,
So,
moving the pieces.
what's the criteria for running?
The criteria for do you want to run?
Well, I was thinking about buying a summer home here. It'd be nice to be involved in local politics.
Yes. Well, you would be able to.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you.
So next, we're going to look for some sort of real estate agent. Is this a side quest?
Some of the other stuff you guys have, leads you have, you were like trying to figure out around here, what's the deal with undead being in Axis? Is it's like really rare? That was a skeleton thing. Some of the ones, The astral guy, the astrology guy. Navel is another one. Who else? Oh, you've heard rumors about those fucking cockatiels that are fucking with everything, and yes, I do mean the birds.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really want to take on a swarm of cockatiels. I mean, are we really high enough level?
You don't want to take on a resolute hive mind cockatiel swarm?
I'm not sure I do, to be honest.
I mean, just
Spells.
one good fireball and they're gone, right?
Well, maybe. What if they have spell resistance? What if they're
One
high?
good fireball and they're gone, right?
Who knows?
Does anybody have a particular avenue that they want to follow?
You did also. What else you guys got some other leads on? I think the last one you guys got was investigating the graveyard because they told you where that local graveyard is about as well.
Preference?
I mean, if we got rid of the cockatoos, that might get us some local goodwill.
I'm going to veto the cockatiels for now.
You know, I used to feel really afraid of spiders, so I understand where you're coming from about cockatoos.
I'm not afraid of them.
I mean, the graveyard could be a good idea.
I'm gonna put up their art even if we don't fight them, just because it fucking kills me. Hold on.
So, Jeff, who's recommending the graveyard?
Jessica is.
Do you do different voices for all three of them?
I might be, yes.
Oh, please let us fight them. Please.
It's so good. It's so good. I remember the first time I was like, is a cockatiel like a kind of outside? Oh, nope, it's just the fucking bird. It's the fucking, just literally just the bird.
Please. Wait.
Okay.
Are birds like pigeons and cockatiels and other like street birds considered vermin?
I don't think anyone thinks cockatiel are vermin.
That's not true.
They-
My great aunt had two of them, and they were vermin.
What are they qualified as? Are they qualified as beasts or vermin?
This is a magical beast.
Dang it!
How about if we try the graveyard? Maybe do the cockatiels next week.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fine.
So angry with the fucking cockatiels.
I love
I have a
cockatiels,
shirt.
man.
It's so good. It's so funny.
Oh, by the way, apparently the Phantom Chariot has a light crossbow, light ballista on it.
God.
Because it just says
chariot packed with like 8 people and a fucking ballista on the back.
Wait, are
because
you
it
really
said
all
it is
people?
just like a heavy. It's just a heavy chariot, but Phantom, and it has 4 Phantom horses.
So I'm going to show you who greets you guys at this place. You are met by a small robotic inevitable with wings and a central glowing eye. Hello, I am Efalt C. It runs to 11:30, so in about 20 minutes.
Yep, cool.
I am
Efalt C.
What is your business here?
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Can I say a
Pleasure
craft?
is mine.
I like your eye. It's very pretty.
Thank you. It's purple.
It sure is.
Excellent.
Are there a set of 4 obelisks here somewhere?
There are a few, yes.
Could you direct us to them?
I am not typically authorized to bring other people to different people's graves.
Oh,
Do
of
you
course.
resemble any family of these ones? You don't even know which ones.
Phineas?
Well, you see, here we're investigators, and we've been led to believe that these 4 obelisks that
You
we're
have
looking for.
documentation.
Of course we do. We're on Axis. Why would we not have documentation?
You show her the documentation, like words, like legal pursuit visa accepted. You wish to look for these. You must mean Taldaris's graves.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Yes, Well, in these monuments, I remember he often visited as a petitioner to grapple with his soul's relevance after death compared to his impact to his country in life.
That sounds weighty.
Yikes.
Although he has not visited in over 116 years.
It's quite a gap.
Give me a knowledge religion check, because you got it. He hasn't visited since the god Aroden died, who was like the main god that like reshaped Taldor. So when Aroden died, he stopped visiting.
It's a little odd.
But 160 years ago, that's a long time, even for souls.
All right. So does he take us there?
Yeah, he takes you over there. She takes you over there.
She's not a cockatiel in disguise, right?
She's not a cocktail in disguise.
All right.
Dang. You got my hopes
So-
up.
What do we learn anything there?
So over in the same spot, you see another petitioner. They introduce the petitioner like, name's Jolmuk. I'm an alchemist. I use they them pronouns. What are you all doing here at the obelisks?
We saw them in a vision, and we're trying to find out what relevance they have to our current situation. How about you?
Well, I was here. Honestly, I used to meet an old friend here, a man by the name of Taldaris.
Yeah, he was in the vision too. What did you do here?
What did I do here at these graves?
With Taldaris.
Mainly, we just talked politics. I know that he held several offices in the district.
He's been gone for a long time. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I know he hasn't been here in a while, but I thought I understood that his letters still carry great influence, that he was involved in the local community.
Apparently that was a ruse, and that wasn't really Taldaris.
Kind of frowns at that. Wasn't Taldaris? He
No.
was just busy.
No, he is dead, or missing, or has retreated somewhere else. But someone wanted to make it appear that he was still involved. Who would want to do that?
It's quite interesting. Well, are you familiar with the local council?
A bit.
I am the Counselor of Graves. Essentially, the council is made up of the Counselor of Canals, of Gates, of Graves, of Laws, and of Seeds. I oversee the legislation for the local mortuary industries, and I serve as a symbolic representative for the district's long-term residents. Only those who've lived here for over 200 years can qualify for my office. And
Understood.
what was that?
Interesting. Have you been put under any undue pressure to vote a particular way?
Kind of frowns. He's like, it's interesting that you'd mention that. Looks a little suspicious. I did receive a letter in this lead up to the new interim election for the Councilor of Gates. But I frankly ignored it. How did you know about that?
because apparently Eopol received a threatening letter, which is why he resigned.
Leopold was the Counselor of Gates. Now, sometimes people see that as a junior membership, as the only requirement is you had to have lived in the district for less than 20 years. They think that they basically oversee a lot of visitor policies, immigration work, publicities, trade deals, and they think that people who are new to the region, have a better grasp on our interplanar politics.
Interesting.
It doesn't really make sense.
Must be some grand scheme where it does make sense.
Are there any big votes coming up in the future after the election?
None that I can think of, but if anyone were to hold sway over the council, well, here's the thing about the Outer Planes. The Outer Planes, their ideology is made physical, you understand?
Of course.
If a group were to control Saya Chateau, that's almost a microcosm of access. If they influenced our council in bad ways, that could have ripples throughout the fabric of access as a whole.
Someone be able to predict what the result would be?
Certainly, likely be some sort of chaotic result. Anything like this, to get by the Axiomites, it would have had to have been planned for years.
Well, I'm afraid it's a little bit more dangerous than that. My plot, the Intellect Devourer, seems like this really wanted Samani to win the election for Gates.
Their jaw kind of tightens up, and they say, "This is more dramatic than I would have thought. I'll have to speak to the other counselors."
Are you sure you can trust them, that they might not have been compromised by these things?
I believe I can trust them. At least I thought I could.
Would you want any protection? I mean,
Implicitly.
We be showing you this.
I am chaotic good, so
I'm lawful neutral. I belong here.
Alright, fair enough. Or sorry, they're like, alright, fair enough. I feel as though we are now a group of conspirators of our own right. We have two options. One, vet the candidate that's already in place, or two, run one of you in opposition.
we are going to go on a real estate side quest.
Well, I mean, Taldaris isn't using his house. I thought I could take up residence in it.
I'm sure we could find a house for you to stay in, even if it wasn't that.
I want to run for Gatesman.
What's your alignment spiritually?
Doesn't matter.
It really does to a lot of people.
I mean, I could change it. I have a spell that does that.
Okay, maybe
Blaze.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Blaze,
not?
this is a nice neighborhood. People don't want chaotic, neutral, whatever, moving into their house and neighborhood.
Well, we have people
Look.
disintegrating things.
He says, "Do you have any?" Sorry, they say, "Do you have any supporters, agents, things like that?"
I have tons of supporters. Granted, most of them are on the material plane, but
I think Councilman Eopol could be convinced to support us.
I'm sure you could track down professionals to plane shift over your agents.
Well, that would be a way to go. What do you think, Phineas?
Essentially, to oppose her Tessamani, is going to be 3 persona rounds. Persona.
Yes, I believe we could bring our agents over.
You can also try to recruit new agents here, but basically it'll cost you 100 GP per agent to bring them over.
Well, we do have that kind of cash on hand.
Very well. Then it would seem, unless you guys have any other leads you want to follow, next week we'll start with persona rounds.
Woohoo!
Hmm.
And I'm going to show you the art that represents this election in just a second. If Roll20 wants to let me do that.
So does the game actually have you trying to win the election, Ben, or is that just something that...
It does.
Okay.
This is like, that's the iconic investigator and Cavalier in debate with the Medusa.
But yeah,
I like what she's done with her snakes.
I know, right?
I
I love that her snakes are tied back.
changed my alignment 1 degree.
Okay, well, we'll have all week to discuss where it goes. I think that's probably a good place to stop, since you guys are pursuing the election. You don't have to do the election, but it certainly opens up some
Hey.
avenues.
So bad want to be a politician.
Well, you'll need all your help working together in conjunction to do this, because essentially, I'll tell you kind of on the back side, like the mechanic side of this, Tessamani is also getting to do things in opposition to you during these persona phases.
So assassinations, where are we on that now?
Oh, sorry. It's actually going to be. This is like the only part of the book, book 5, where your persona phases. So it's going to be 6 phases all at once.
Oh, yikes.
Wow.
That's
It's
a
the most
couple.
lengthy one. However, because you guys secured the help of the Counselor of Graves, you do get a bonus. Let's see. You guys were inspecting the graves. I'm just gonna put it in chat because it's a pretty long bonus. But basically, the candidate attempts a 15 DC knowledge planes check or perform any but comedy check. If successfully, get a +1 circumstance bonus on any check to increase your heroism or sacrifice rank during a persona phase in Access. For every 5 points by which you exceed the check, the circumstance bonus increases by 1. So if you have any other facets you want to increase, for heroism or sacrifice, you can make it easier to do that because you talked to Jolmuk, the Counselor of Graves.
Cool.
Alright, with that we'll call it there. Come back in for a nice political election, as well as, I mean, you heard the brains say it himself in your heads, some kind of fucking conspiracy going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to be a politician.
Oh yeah, you thought you'd get away from politicking just because we went to Access? You thought. We're right back in it. Alright, we're running an ad for those still watching. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back next Monday.